thefanatic.com.
Can we call this one a must-win game? Good morning. It's a Football Friday here on Kincade Salciunas 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Johnny? How are we
Absolutely,
today?
it is a must-win.
I mean, last week I got crap for calling it a must-win game on Monday.
It wasn't. This is a must-win.
So last week wasn't, but this
No,
week,
it wasn't. This is because you're now the division's in danger. Because you lost last week, the division's in danger.
Yeah, again, it wasn't because of mathematics and standings. It was because of mentality and mindset. And you saw, once again, after the third straight loss, more whispers, more rumors, more, if Jalen was doing this and if Jalen was doing that, and we all agree it's coming from somebody within the coaching staff, they need to win a freaking football game, and I expect them to on Sunday against the Raiders. Are we all on the same page that we are expecting a victory Sunday against the Raiders at Lincoln Financial Field? Before we get to our pick segment, 3 hours and 45 minutes from now.
We are absolutely expecting a victory.
Connor?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Okay.
They're so bad.
The Raiders are
that
bad.
hesitation I didn't appreciate.
The Raiders are bad. I'm expecting, John is expecting, Connor's expecting a win for the Eagles over the Raiders. So, look, there's not much to get into for Sunday's game. We did the stare into your soul topic yesterday where we asked you, hey, if they do beat the Raiders, are you going to say, well, it was just the Raiders, or are you going to feel better about the Eagles? Right, we did that yesterday. So,
which I do not and will not. I had a few people on email that I talked to off the air about it. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing it's just the Raiders.
I will.
Yeah,
I'm playing that card. I will play that card.
Crazy.
It's not going to all of a sudden make me think that the Eagles are Super Bowl bound by any means.
Yeah, but that's a different discussion.
Sure, I don't. I heard.
That's a different discussion.
I heard Middays with Marks yesterday with Amy. Somebody reached out to Amy saying that it's a get right game. Like, she said, there's no get-right games against a 2-win team in December. Like, you just have to beat that team, period. And then maybe the get-right game is a Buffalo, or maybe you win 4 straight, and then we get talking. I don't think beating the Raiders after losing 3 straight, the Raiders who have 2 wins this season, is a get-right game. Like, I agree with Amy when it comes to that mindset.
Okay, I get it. But the thing is, there too many people are putting disclaimers on this game. Look, everybody agrees. Just get the win.
Yes. And
we'll deal with the fallout of what it is. But the idea of, well, you can put a disclaimer on this victory about what it is. They beat New England at New England. They lost by 3 at Denver. They lost by a touchdown to Denver last week. This isn't a trash football team. Those are the 2 best teams in the AFC. And they played.
They're pretty bad.
But I mean, you can snicker all you want.
They're pretty bad.
A trash football team does not play the 2 best teams, 2 of the best 4 teams in football. They beat one of them on their home field. They lost to another one by a field goal.
You could say some similar stuff about the Cleveland Browns if you look at their schedule this year. And that team's trash.
Yeah.
They beat one of the best teams in football on their home field?
Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, is that going to be? Is that, and what, I mean, that's, I don't buy it.
To me, it's more the NFL and the parity that is in this league.
I mean, that's 3 games on their schedule that they played 3 of the best teams in football, winning 1 on the road.
They have the second worst point differential in the league.
They do. But when they play,
Titans are at minus 156. The Raiders are at minus 130.
When they play good opponents, we're in luck because the Eagles aren't good.
There you go. We are in luck. Beat down.
You guys got a lot of disclaimers on this.
All right. So I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
And I would love the audience to chime in on this because it's been a rough week, right? Eagles lose Monday night. Again, when we made our predictions for the game Monday, I said the same thing I said against the Cowboys game. They're going to win because they have to. And they didn't. So 0-2 in the have to win game category, which is great. And then we know the fallout since then.
Sure.
We ripped Jalen Hurts to shreds on Tuesday. It kind of continued on Wednesday. Now there's more reports that it's clearly coming from the coaching staff that they're upset with him, whether it's the not listening, which is what Jeff McClain reported, or as Jeremy Fowler pointed out to us yesterday, and we'll play it again later on in the show, that there might be some people in-house that sometimes go, how could it look if we had this guy instead or that guy instead? And that they're not that surprised by the poor play from Jalen Hurts this year.
But that also, to me, though, the more, and I went back and listened to the Jeremy Fowler from yesterday. We'll let you hear some of it a little bit later on. But I went back and listened to it, and to me, I heard a lot of, in my mind, and look, I'm not excusing Jalen Hurts. I told you that on Tuesday morning I thought that was the worst game I've ever seen an Eagles quarterback play, considering all that he's got, all the talent he's got, the situation, the opponent.
Sure.
That's the worst I've ever seen. But it sounds a lot like you got a lot of coaches that are covering their ass.
Yeah, it seems like it.
And to me, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
And then watch, there'll be another story that Hurts and Sirianni are not seeing eye to eye again in a couple of weeks.
And I got to tell you is that one thing I have had a lot of is a lot of respect for Nick Sirianni as a leader. The fact that this crap's going on, to me, I don't have a lot of respect for it going on.
When the tough times get going, some people say it's all me. Some people do pointing the
finger, and this is coming from, and you know what? We know it's coming from his coaching staff. You can just listen to it.
Right.
So he could put an end to it if he wanted.
He tries. He does.
Well, how do we know that?
Publicly, he does.
Yeah, behind closed doors?
That's another question.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a question for the Eagles and respect. All right, we've done the pedigree thing a couple of times.
Sure.
We thought that they would beat the Chargers because they're the exact same team, but the Eagles have the Super Bowl pedigree. The Chargers did not, right? Pedigree has meant squat for the Eagles the last couple of weeks.
At this point, pedigree's a dog food.
But ultimately, you still have to give respect or at least think of the Eagles in a respectful way. Like I heard Dan Orlovsky yesterday on ESPN talking about the calls for some people saying that Jalen Hurts should be benched for Tanner McKee. And he's saying, what are we doing here? This guy is still ranked, fifth in total touchdowns between his rushing touchdowns and his passing touchdowns. You're talking about benching this guy for a guy that you don't know. And look, there's radio hosts in this city that are doing it and trying to be the loudest people when it comes to benching Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts has been perfect. I've been talking about Jalen Hurts being a disappointment this year. But I'm still not benching the Super Bowl MVP. And to me, that's a level of respect that I think Jalen Hurts deserves.
Correct.
That we don't have the we should bench him conversation.
Now, we both, though.
In-game Monday night,
night, we both said if he had went out and thrown an interception on the first series of the second half, I would have had no problem with having him sit a series.
Right, we've seen that before. Andy Reid's done that with Donovan McNabb.
I would have had no problem with that. And honestly, if Donovan McNabb here could have been sat for a series, then absolutely.
And oh, by the way, Andy Reid, one of the best coaches of all time, was the one that did it.
No question.
Then anybody could do it. But I do believe there's a level of respect that Jalen Hurts deserves to not be screaming for Tanner McKee.
And I think there's a level of respect right now that he's not getting.
Yeah, I agree.
That he's not getting. And some of it, the loud voices are getting fed because of his performance.
I believe if anybody is saying that the Eagles will lose Sunday to the Raiders because it's just like watch, they're going to lose this one too. Like, to me, that's another level of disrespect shown toward the Eagles. The Eagles have played very poorly the last 3 weeks. Their offense has been bad for 10 of 13 games. But I don't think – or 12 of 13 games, I should say. I don't see a world in which they're losing to the Raiders. Like, okay. I don't see it.
Even with, I'm going to tell you, even with that injury report.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. I mean, because what we've seen is stuff that we never thought we'd see this year.
I get it.
And this team is playing like a rudderless ship right now. I'm just saying there's nothing right now. And the sad part is there's nothing about this Eagles team right now that would shock me.
I agree with you entirely.
There's nothing that would shock me. If I get in my car out of Lot D on Sunday and I start that car and the Eagles have somehow lost this game, it's not going to shock me.
I would be shocked.
With this bunch. No, nothing's going to shock me because the Bears game shocked me. The Bears game broke me. Bears game broke me.
The Chargers game broke you.
No, the Chargers game's terrible.
Yeah.
No, but the Bears game broke me because I'm like, what the hell happened that day? There's something about this crew that's just a little off.
So I'll say this. There is something in terms of the respect that I will not give them.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it is coming up next. Also, how bad are the Raiders? Some do not have the same level of respect for them as you do, Johnny.
Correct.
Hear from
They're
Tim
not paying
McManus
attention.
coming up next. It is Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Football Friday, presented to us by our friends at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Driving to great deals at the fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. You can text in at 610-632-0975 and answer our question. Where is the level of respect that you will give the Eagles? Like the defense, obviously, we all respect. The defense,
a lot of respect.
Defense doesn't have to buy a drink in the city right now. But when it comes to the Jalen Hurts conversation, like we're going too far with the he should be benched before this Raiders game.
Watch weird. When
Sorry,
you say weird.
There are people in the city.
There are
You're
people
right.
who are going too far. And the thing is, there's some people in town that are taking a lot of heat for it. I understand when a fan base gets broken.
Yeah.
I understand it. Like, I understand when sometimes a fan base goes too far out of emotion or whatever. I think that's just what it is this week. And I blame the Eagles for it.
Oh, yeah. Look, the analysis.
I blame the Eagles for it.
The analysis and criticism of Jalen Hurts this week has been spot on and accurate.
It has been absolutely spot on.
Him not wanting to run the football, which is being reported clearly coming from the coaching staff. They're
ratting him out.
Him not wanting to run the football impacts the ground game, which then impacts the passing game.
Yes.
And you see why the Eagles offensively are struggling this year. Him throwing 4 interceptions is why you lost the football game on Monday night against the Chargers. The last 5 weeks where the offense has been horrible, he is probably the number one guy to blame for it.
No question.
And you're lucky that you've won 2 of those 5 games. Like, you're lucky that you beat the Packers and the Lions. At the time, we're sitting there going, man, those were great nitty-gritty wins. We wish the offense looked better, but those were great wins. And now we've seen since the last 3 weeks, oh, wait, no, that was the real offense. The defense was just so freaking dominant in those 2 games. That's why you won both of them.
But the bottom line is sometimes people overreact. And I'm just going to give them the grace of we've all sounded stupid in life, and we all overreact to things, and then you calm down and you look at it. Jalen Hurts has been disrespected for his career this week, but not disrespected for his performance the last 2 weeks.
Spot on,
The last 2 weeks have been terrible.
Yeah, spot on.
Absolutely
that's
terrible.
That's probably one of the best things you've ever said.
He's
Johnny.
earned every bit of the critique, but if you're trashing him, if you're saying he should be benched and everything, you can't do that. You can't take it that far. But I get it. Sometimes a fan base gets broken.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes this team is so underachieving right now. It's terrible. And I'm telling you, I went back and tortured myself and watched some of the 15-minute games again from the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's horrible.
The offensive line's terrible.
Yeah.
With the unforced errors. The stupid penalties.
Yeah, no, it's horrible.
I mean, it's and that's something we've never dealt with.
No.
That's something we've never, ever dealt with. Lane, get healthy, please. We need you,
Yeah,
Lane.
they need him back. 0-3 with
We
his,
need
with
you,
his
Lane.
absence.
Get back.
So the one level of respect that I will not give the Eagles, or I will not respect them enough to do this, and I've been saying this for a couple weeks now, I'm never betting them to cover a spread ever again. I'm not. This season, I can't. Even though I will tell you my prediction later on with the score is the Eagles would cover in said prediction, I'm not going to actually put my heart on
You're
money.
not going to do that. That's fine.
Let's face it. When we bet, like, you either have a feel or there's a level of respect for an organization, right? Where you're going, I respect them enough to put my money down.
I've seen this team do this. I trust this. Or, I do. I think from one time, I think when I bet many more times on coaches, players.
Sure. I think it's a good way to look at it. Like when the Eagles were 7-point favorite, that was the first week where I said, they don't deserve that level of respect from Vegas.
Correct.
So 11.5 points. It tells you how bad the Raiders are.
It does.
But to me, I don't respect the Eagles enough to lay that line, to put my hard-earned money down on the Eagles to cover an 11.5-point spread. Just won't do it.
No.
Now, Tim McManus yesterday on Unfiltered was talking about just how bad those 2-11 Raiders are.
Pretty bad. They've lost 7 straight. They have 2 wins total. And they're just, they just don't have a whole lot going for them. I mean, Brock Bowers on offense. You got Max Crosby. So it's not like they're without star players. It looks like probably it'll be Kenny Pickett at quarterback. People very familiar with him around here. But it's in this league, you can't just roll out your helmet and win. I mean, even if they're not household names on the rest of the roster there, it doesn't mean that they can't play ball. And if you look, like week 1, the Raiders beat the Patriots. They took the Jaguars to overtime. they pretty recently played Denver close. So it's not like it's not a good team, but the margins in the NFL are still so small that the Eagles need to be on their game. And so they can't take anything for granted in this circumstance.
And that kind of that goes
Tim's
with what you're saying.
You what I've been saying is that this team, they've played better against better teams.
Sure. But I'm just saying, if the Eagles lose this football game on Sunday, I don't care how they've played against the Patriots and the Broncos. If they lose on Sunday.
No, it's a disaster.
And there are still people that are holding on to it's not 2023.
Well, the thing is I'm surprised at Jeffrey Lurie even inserting himself into that conversation.
Saying that the special teams is good?
Well, that's a whole nother issue altogether.
How's Jake playing?
Yeah, Jake. How is Jake? The worst kicker in the NFL.
All right, coming up next. Would a win and how it looks do anything for you? We kind of talked about that yesterday. I told you that it won't for me, Johnny. But there is one thing that I am absolutely expecting to see, which could hopefully be the beginning of something positive for the Eagles. Johnny, how about that? As down the dumps as I am, I'm expecting to see something positive on Sunday. That and the end of that Flyers game. Oof. Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Time for a bounce back. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles are continuing their preparation for their matchup Sunday with the Raiders, 1 p.m. from Lincoln Financial Field. Multiple insiders have talked about the positives from the offense on Monday night, despite the turnovers created. And offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo echoed that sentiment yesterday when he met with the media.
I think there were some positives that came out of that game. We were able to do some different things that we've been pushing towards doing, and was very encouraging. I think the guys felt pretty good about the things we did well on. They know what we need to fix and continue to grow from, and the plan can keep growing from there, especially this week going forward.
We'll see if that was a launching pad to actually winning a game, breaking that 3-game losing streak on Sunday for the offense. Unfortunately, neither Lane Johnson nor Jalen Carter practiced yesterday, making them long shots to return to play against Vegas. The Flyers fell to the Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime last night. Travis Konechny had a bad turnover that led to the game-winning goal for Vegas. They did still get the all-important point in the overtime loss. They'll host the Hurricanes tomorrow. Sixers are back on the floor tonight hosting the Pacers. They've had pretty much the whole week off, so they should be well rested. A 7 p.m. tip-off. You can hear that game live here on The Fanatic. We're going to talk to Andrew DeCecco coming up at 7:55 for the latest on the Birds. Kevin Nagandi of ESPN at 9:10. This update's brought to you by Super Short. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Short. Not kind of short, not pretty short, but Super Short coming soon. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the Best Birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Our text line momentarily. Where do the Eagles deserve respect? All right? And I'm not saying that we have to go over the top and all of a sudden do standing ovations for the offense on Sunday.
Let's.
All right?
You know.
But I do believe there is a level of respect that we should show toward Jalen Hurts where it's not he should not start, Tanner McKee should start on Sunday. If he looks horrible
absurd.
during the Raiders game, sure, let's have the conversation. But last week was by far his worst game. Like it was the lowest point of his career. I imagine it looks better on Sunday, but I'll also say this. I'm not expecting 300 yards better. It's going to be a crappy weather day potentially on Sunday. You've been talking about the forecast for a couple of weeks.
There's going to be snow. There's going to be snow. Snow is coming. And it's coming.
Here's what I am expecting to see on Sunday. I'm expecting to see life again out of the ground game.
There should be, right?
There was way too many positive signs this past Monday night, especially when they were under center, to say that the ground game is totally dead. There were some positive signs against a good Chargers defense.
Okay.
I understand people keep on pointing to the one big touchdown run is what added to his yards. Do we not remember that was the case a lot last year? Last year he'd have 12 carries for 60 yards, but then he'd pop off the 60-yard run after that.
Well, I don't know if you did the nerd boy thing that I did. You know, if you took away, and you can't take it away, but if you take away the one big run, do you know what his other 4 runs in the second half were?
Like minus a yard.
Minus 1 yard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they went away from it. Like, I don't know why
they did.
I don't know why they stopped.
That's because they have an incompetent offensive coordinator and a head coach who doesn't understand how to call an offense.
Yeah, they had Jalen Hurts throw the ball 40 times. That's always a good idea.
In a one-score game or a game they were leading or tied in.
Right. Unbelievable.
That was their idea. You know what we need to do? Let's have Jalen do what he's not as good at. Let's just lean on it.
It makes
lean
no
really
sense.
into it.
So Sunday, they're playing the Raiders. Max Crosby's a beast, but what do? You run at him, right?
And he's also a little hampered,
right?
By the way,
he's banged.
He's
up.
a little banged up,
but
who knows?
What you normally do is if there's like a dominant player on the line of scrimmage, and you are a run-first team, which the Eagles still are, despite Monday night.
Correct.
You run right at the guy. It's what they've done against Micah Parsons when he was with the Cowboys for all those years. You run at him because you're going to have one or two people blocking Max Crosby, and here's the deal. Outside runs, or at least the run between the guard and the tackle, not just inside zones constantly.
Well, here's the difference, though, is when you're playing Micah Parsons all those years, who's the first line of defense against Micah
Lane
Parsons?
Johnson.
Okay. So that's exactly where Max Crosby's going to be lined up.
Sure.
So he's not there. Lane's not there. And now you got Fred Johnson hurt.
Yeah, you have Dallas Goedert next to, he was a limited participant yesterday.
But Fred's banged up.
Sure.
So now you got that going on. I mean, it's just this team just has a lot going on.
I'm expecting to see the ground game have a second straight week, which then maybe you see a positive light when it comes to the Eagles offense because they're not winning anything if the ground game's not going, right? Like we all agree
if that doesn't get going, that's the number one indicator that we could start to maybe at least breathe. I'm not talking about exhale.
Right.
There's going to be no exhaling by this competition.
No.
There's going to be no exhaling in December.
No, because you're going to say, look at
Except
the teams
if you went to Buffalo and kicked their ass.
That'd be different. Yeah.
You might go, "Oh, okay. That's okay. That's something to live off of."
So is there anything that the Eagles could do on Sunday for you to say, "All right, that's what I'm talking about." Here was Tim McManus yesterday with Unfiltered.
Yeah, to me, I think that there is things that they can do that can make people feel better. Because for me, Bill, this whole season hasn't been about the opponent. It's been about the Eagles and getting out of their own way. Just think about the level of talent on offense versus what the product has been on Sundays. The amount of penalties, the amount of just dips in execution. They've sort of stumbled their way offensively through the entire season. And, of course, if you beat up on the Raiders, you're not going to feel as good as if they, beat up on the Bills or they play in a couple of weeks. But, the point is that, if they can generate some positive momentum, I think that can start to be a salve for what has been sort of plaguing this team all year long. And you have guys in the locker room like Saquon Barkley and Jordan Davis who have kind of been these pillars of optimism. And I think you talk to both of them after the game, and they're both still like – just totally believing in who they are and what they can be. And they're the ones that are like holding the post here.
The scary thing is,
I love the pillars of optimism. He throws in a salve.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just
the
a
best.
wordsmith. He's a wordsmith.
But the crazy thing is, half of that clip was just finding self-belief. Like, half of that clip was not, all right, if the ground game gets going, then the pass game gets going, then this gets going. It was, they need to win a football game and find self-belief, which that's why I said Monday night was a must-win game, because once you lose 3 straight, when there's already a lot of whispers, when there's already a lot of drama surrounding this football team, like we've been dealing with for weeks now.
Then it's terrible.
Then it's terrible. And they lost. And what did you get more of this week? Drama, whispers, he said, she said. Like, it became worse. And so, yeah, they need a freaking win on Sunday. Will it completely wipe away everything? No, it won't. But to Tim's point, at least you win a football game. The vibe in the locker room is a little bit different for a couple hours.
First of all, McManus is spectacular.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's great with the written word, and he's really good at summarizing what he means and saying what he means and meaning what he says. I love the fact is, look, and it's exactly what we were just talking about. Nothing that's going to happen, and I am Johnny, like I've been Johnny Optimist. There's nothing that's going to happen in December now because of what this team has done to me the last 2 weeks that is going to make me say, yep, they're guaranteed to go back to the Super Bowl, baby.
Right.
But they can absolutely win me back into having confidence that they win a first-round playoff game, that they win at home, there's things that they can sort of win me back on. But I swear to you, Sunday's really important. Like it's really important. You got to go out and how about 4 quarters?
Yes.
Could we see a 4-quarter effort where we're not talking about a lame sleepwalking half, one of the halves being a sleepwalk?
Yeah.
That would do a lot for me.
Yeah,
That would do a lot.
I don't want to see like 21 points in the first half again and then 0 in the second.
Yeah, like I mean, that would do a lot for me. Is if I saw a full 4-quarter effort, I don't care who the opponent is. It's the NFL. If I see 4 quarters, that's going to make me feel better.
Especially because we've seen it once, like this
Yeah,
entire
exactly.
year. All right, we have text. Connor, hit me with a text message at 610-632-0975. Where do the Eagles deserve respect when it comes to this football team? And then we got to talk about the end of that Flyers game last night.
Woof.
John in Tennessee checks in and says, do not think that the Raiders do not smell blood and water that currently surrounds the Eagles. Even bad teams want to beat the reigning Super Bowl champion. If the Eagles should lose, it might be because they're looking past them just like we are to the Buffalo Bills.
If the Eagles are looking past anybody, they're fooling themselves.
That's the one thing I will guarantee you they are not doing. The Eagles are not looking past anybody.
If they are, they're fooling themselves.
They're not.
Because they cannot take themselves that seriously.
There's so much internal turmoil right now going on with this team. There's no way they're looking past anybody. Don't worry about that.
Well, it's fair to worry about it.
No, but don't worry.
I'm just saying if they
don't worry about them looking past anybody.
Here's what I'll say. If the game let me say this, all right? If the game looks ugly and they get the win, right?
Like, what are you talking about? 24-21?
Sure, something like that.
And you, struggle to do it.
Because I don't think the Raiders score points. So, 17-6. How about that?
Okay.
Where the Eagles offense, once again, you're like, geez, what's wrong with this team? I better not hear anybody say Monday morning, well, they were probably looking past them.
Oh,
no,
they can't have that.
So when I talk about where do the Eagles deserve respect, that is not one of them. They are not a team that should look ahead to anybody.
Well, also, too, the Jalen bots can't come out after this game either, is what I'm saying. And look, I've been one of Jalen's biggest blind supporters this year. And I'll tell you more about that coming up. But Monday morning, it can't be. Well, is that what you wanted? Look, I went out and we tore up the Raiders. Shush.
Yeah. No.
At that point, hush.
So is that what y'all wanted to do?
Yeah, hush. And I don't think Jalen would dare to do that.
Well, by the way, the admin did. I blamed it. I said, what game was it?
Cowboys.
Game. After the opening touchdown.
And by the way, and that's where we're talking about. That's what we're talking
about. After the opening touchdown, the Eagles' Twitter account posted Jalen saying, so is that what y'all wanted to see? And since then, LLL.
This team's been LOL.
By the way, speaking of L, but at least they got the all-important point. Flyers lose in overtime. For the 80th time they've played in overtime. They've only played 29 games, but 80 of them have been in overtime. I don't know how the math works, but it just works that way.
No, it does. There's a lot in overtime.
Flyers lose to the Knights in overtime. A third period where you're gripping the seat the entire time.
They look. The Flyers played. The Flyers played a great game last night.
It was great.
They really did, and that's a good Golden Knights team.
1-1 after 1, 2-2 after 2, and then you go to overtime. But then, unfortunately, Travis Konechny.
That's a bad mistake from him at a bad time, and that's like the last guy that I would expect to make that play at that time.
And
a turnover
you lose the puck to Eichel. Like, of all people, you lose the puck to Eichel, who dances, and then finds the game. Gets the assist for the game-winning goal.
I got to tell you too, though, is that I think it was Andre, who was the defenseman on that side. Is that I would have crushed. I would love if Martinez was in today.
Yeah,
because I would have crushed my defenseman for not blocking that pass.
Sure.
Like there's that's a lot of ice. That's a lot of ice there. I would have crushed my player for not. Look, it was a bad turnover.
That might be a side meeting.
Yeah.
No, that was. I'd be pissed.
That might be
Option one is TK. Stop looking like you were playing my heyday deck hockey.
I think that's a day after meeting. You go, hey, Andre, come here.
I think it was Andre.
But I think last night it was. Yo, TK, what the hell was that?
I turned that right, and he's the last.
You forget where it's like his controller died. Like he just lost the puck.
He was like the last
in his own zone.
The last guy that I'd expect to do that to, so it's totally forgiven. But this team is playing some really good hockey.
They are playing good hockey. And they got another point.
Yeah, they did another point. And by the way, John Tortorella, I love you, Coach. He's awful in the between periods. If you didn't watch it, he was awful. I mean, it was terrible. Like, come on, Coach. You got to give me something.
His interviews didn't last long in the station.
You got to give me something.
Coming up next, there is no way we see what we saw Monday from Jalen Hurts again, right?
Oh, boy.
It's got to be a bounce-back spot, right?
Uh-huh.
Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic. o'clock hour. John versus Connor. You guys still don't even know what it is. But
TV theme song contest.
I hope not.
We're not
You'll lose that
We're
one.
not that far off, Johnny.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You're kidding me.
Not that far.
You know why?
We're
It's
still
'cause-
off, but
It's, I said because I can pretty much give you any one.
Yeah.
So I
yeah,
well, there it is.
you're off, but not that far off.
Wow.
But 7
Connor,
o'clock
you're
hour.
losing then, maybe.
There will be two games today where it's John versus Connor. And what we'll do is they will be playing for one of you. In the 7 o'clock hour, Connor will be Team YouTube, one
Okay.
person from our YouTube chat. And then Johnny will be Team Text Line,
Okay.
one person from our text line. And you will be playing for the pair of passes for the True Fan Travel
that's
Phillies
great.
Sports Trips tailgate,
It's a great idea.
which I have on Sunday.
You
I'll tell-
occasionally have them. It's
yeah,
just great.
every once in a while. Look, it's a Friday.
Blind Squirrel Friday.
There's not much juice for Eagles Raiders. You know, like what,
there's
what are we
trash
gonna,
bag juice.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Break down what the Raiders have offensively?
Kenny Pickett, baby.
Oh, we'll
yeah,
get-
I'm telling you, the scary,
we'll get
scary,
there.
scary.
We'll get there.
It's scary.
All right,
A little scary.
I'm gonna give you quarterback A, quarterback B.
Uh-huh.
All right, because we are all expecting a bounce back from Jalen Hurts to Sunday.
Yeah, big time.
Quarterback A over the last 4 games. 82 of 130, 63% completion percentage, 968 yards, so that's a 242 per game average. 6 total touchdowns, 3 interceptions, yards per attempt 7.4, a rating of 91.4. Quarterback B, 81 of 141, which is a completion percentage of 57% for 894 yards, which is an average of 223.5 per game. 3 touchdowns, 5 picks, 6.3 yards per attempt, rating of 68.7. I think you all know which quarterback Jalen Hurts is in this conversation.
Yeah, he's Mr. B.
He's quarterback B. Quarterback A. The reason why I have to do this is because there are still people that are trying to say Jalen Hurts hasn't been that bad recently. Quarterback A is Kirk Cousins since having to take over Michael Penix after the injury.
Okay, that's a cheap shot. That's a cheap shot, bringing Kirk Cousins into any discussion.
I'm just saying, Kirk Cousins has played better football
Yeah, he has.
than Jalen Hurts.
He has. And Kirk Cousins does not have Jalen Hurts' weapons, offensive line, anything.
Right. I will say, though, they had number 4 overall pick Kyle Pitts yesterday.
Yeah, please.
For those of you who started Kyle Pitts in the year 2025 of our great Lord, I don't know why you did it, but congratulations, because your fantasy playoff team is already in a pretty good spot. 3 touchdowns, 130 yards receiving, and like 11 catches yesterday?
Kyle Pitts, who has done nothing but steal money from the Falcons.
Unbelievable
Yeah, I
game
mean, he is
yesterday.
literally ski mask on payday.
11 catches, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Kyle Pitts.
After when they needed
Breakout
him.
season coming.
Yeah, when they needed Kyle Pitts, when they needed him to play, he's never done a damn thing for them.
His 3 touchdowns yesterday gives him 4 on the season, which matches his career high.
And by the way, just so we get a preemptive, Connor, and maybe Rodman can get in on this too, there's going to be somebody this offseason, especially if Dallas Goedert's not going to come back, that's going to say, bring Kyle Pitts home.
This offseason, last offseason.
No, I know. Well, I can't help what happened last offseason.
There was rumors.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
people wanting the trade
Yeah,
for Kyle Pitts last year.
Yeah, I'm talking about this offseason. It went because Dallas Goedert's most likely going to get paid somewhere based on what he's done. I do not want the call at any time of, well, bring Kyle Pitts home, man. Got to bring him home. He's ready. He has stolen money from the day he's got in the NFL.
All right, so Hurts bounces back this week, but to what level? I don't think anybody can answer. Like, he's not going to throw 4 picks again. He's not going to have one of the worst games of his career again.
No.
But here's the deal. I think the ground game gets going this week.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if this is one of those weeks where Hurts finishes with like 180 yards passing.
Okay.
But it's more of that efficient 180. They're going to beat the Raiders. I don't think they're going to beat them by 30 points, but I think they're going to use the ground game to lead them to victory on Sunday.
I think that what I know about Jalen Hurts and what I know about Jalen Hurts is that Jalen Hurts bounces back. And when Jalen Hurts has faced adversity in his career, he bounces back. When he hit a bump in the road at Alabama, he literally had to be the best teammate possible. And as Nick Saban told me, the best teammate like he'd ever seen, backing up Tua. And then he ended up days later salvaging Alabama's season in the SEC title game.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is a guy who totally stays focused and dedicated. He just hits these ruts.
Yeah.
And it's happened, and it even happened in the middle of a season, a little bit of a lull at Oklahoma in a year where he was up for the Heisman. It's part of his makeup, whatever it is, but he gets it figured out. And I think he is getting it figured out. And if it's not done with the running game, though, if it's not done with that, I'm going to really worry about this team. So I would agree with you. It's got to be led with the running game, but I think Jalen's going to ball out a bit. I really do. I think he's going to ball out.
Is he going to use his legs?
Yes, because I think he's going to tell you he doesn't hear the criticism, but he hears it.
Yeah,
he hears it.
Well, especially when the coaching staff is clearly putting things out there.
When the coaching staff is clearly doing a whisper campaign against him. And by the way, that's such bad form.
I think it's bad practice.
That's terrible bad form.
Connor, what do we got on the text line at 610-632-0975? Where is the level of respect that we should give the Eagles, right? Like, if somebody's saying they're going to lose to the Raiders, I think that's a little disrespectful. The Eagles could happen, but, I think it's a little disrespectful. To say Jalen Hurts shouldn't play Sunday, I think a little disrespectful. But to say that you don't think they cover, totally fair. What do we got?
Totally fair.
Media Joe, who either works in media or lives in media, says that
Or he's in the media.
Or why not both?
That could be. He says there's no reason to suspect that the ground game is going to get started this week. The offensive line is in complete shambles. Last week's numbers don't reflect progress. They reflect a trick play. I sure hope I'm wrong.
The Progler made me laugh.
Sorry.
It's Progler. Sounds like a villain from Batman.
I'll have my reading cap on yet.
I'm gonna.
The Raiders have allowed 113, basically 114 rushing yards per game this year. In the last 3 weeks, they've allowed 136 total rushing yards per game.
And with a bad weather forecast, really windy.
I expect the ground game to get going on Sunday. But does that mean anything long term? No. I just mean Sunday. I'm expecting to see the Saquon thing.
Well, remember, though, 2 of your last 3 games are against the Commodes.
Yeah.
Who have a terrible.
Let's see if they actually go under. Let's see if they actually go under center.
Is the 2,000-yard season still alive?
Oh, jeez.
Is the 1,000-yard season still alive?
Yes, the 1,000-yard season is going to be it. Yes.
Coming up next, Eagles are facing a Super Bowl champion on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
And John versus Connor in a game where one of you can win a pair of passes to Sunday's tailgate.
Connor or I
hang out with me.
Or listeners?
No, the listeners.
I
got pregame. You play for the listeners.
All right.
I'll tell you what next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. win a pair of passes for the True Fan Travel Philly Sports Trips tailgate this Sunday before the Eagles take on the Raiders. It'll be John versus Connor. John will be Team Text Line. Connor will be Team YouTube. I'll tell you how you can be the participant in a couple of minutes. But first, we got to talk about Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett, because Kenny Pickett is coming to his hometown. Of course, he's a fan of the Eagles growing up. We all know the storyline. And, of course, he was the backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts, getting a ring. Was he officially third string come playoffs?
I don't remember, because he took the snap
he
to
did
kneel
take
it
the
out in the
snap.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No,
So I
he
guess
was
he'd
second-
be
so
second.
Tanner McKee was still the emergency
And he
quarterback.
he took that snap.
Can I just?
At the
All
end
right,
of the
hold on. Let me just say this real quick. I'm not trying. I'm trying to be as fair as possible here.
Okay, what?
I think a lot of people in the city were not the biggest fans of Kenny Pickett, right? Like, they did not think he was good. Correct? We've all had the conversation that he's not that good. The Eagles still valued him more than Tanner McKee. To have him as the backup quarterback and Tanner McKee as the emergency quarterback.
He started in the league, so I think that's more
he'd been a starter elsewhere.
Right,
so
but
that's
there are
why.
people in Philly right now saying bench Jalen, Tanner's really good, without knowing much other than a game against the Giants where he and Jahan Dotson went off to close out the regular season.
Well, the people who were calling for Tanner McKee could not call up and tell you anything they know about Tanner McKee as a player, or otherwise going, "Oh, I saw him playing some mop-up games and against some really bad." You don't. So it's like it's you're wishing and hoping. They kept Tanner McKee because he's cheaper,
Right?
And he was under control.
And look, I know that
And they
there's
had a
people
chance
around.
to flip, and they had a chance to flip
Sure.
a guy who'd been a starting quarterback and get something for him.
I know there's people around the league that are intrigued. I hear every reporter say it.
Right, but
intrigued by what? His size.
And they weren't intrigued enough to offer Howie anything enough to move him.
Right.
So.
Here was Kenny Pickett earlier this week talking about playing in the city of Philadelphia.
Fans will be ready to go. They have a hell of a team. They've kept, there's not a ton of new faces on that team, so there's a lot of really good players. Seeing what it looks like to be world champions, the dedication, the commitment from every position group. It was really player led. That was a really cool thing. I think we had a great veteran leadership, and a lot of those guys are still there. I know what's on the other side, and like I said before, nothing but respect for everyone over there.
All right,
Okay.
that's good.
There's nothing not to like about Kenny Pickett.
No.
Yeah, and he's a Birds fan.
And I hope Kenny Pickett looks competent so he can get another NFL job. Like he can just keep earning a paycheck.
He'll probably be a backup for life.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope he-
that's
I hope
millions,
he
that's
makes
millions of dollars
hope he
every
gets
year.
I hope he gets to 10 years, gets that fantastic pension.
Yeah, he's not a guy you root against.
No, absolutely.
Here's the
The
thing.
gloves is always weird, but
If Kenny Pickett is the true Eagles fan that he's always portrayed himself
he's
as,
going to tank this game.
you have to. You know the city is in disarray right now. If you're a real Eagles fan, Kenny, throw the game.
Yeah, but Kenny's going to want to be like, they kept the wrong guy. Let me show them.
Oh, putting pride over the Birds.
Let me show them.
Not a true fan.
I don't think he has that, but you never know. I mean, everybody
Bleed
wants
pride, Butch. Pride always hurts. Let's go to Doug in Williamstown. What up, Dougie?
What's up, Salciunas? Hey, listen, before I get to my point, I don't know if you remember me from the last tailgate with the Giants team. Me and my son are going to the game on Sunday,
Oh,
so
no
we'll
way.
be there bright and early. If you could hook me up with a pair of tickets to that tailgate, I'll get them Eagles fans fired up. Just like I did last
I would
time.
love to, but
I
I
get
got
it.
some
I get it.
obligations.
All right,
So I'm sorry, Dougie. I would love
understand.
to.
But listen, as far as the Raiders go, this is the game to get the Eagles fans back into the team. So I know it's just the Raiders. A lot of people are going to say, oh, it's the Raiders. It was the big deal. The Eagles just need to show that we still got it. We can still play. This team is built for championships. We just got to punch our ticket to the playoffs, and then we're going to be fine.
What do you mean
So,
we're
I'm
going to
gonna
be?
give out this-
What do you mean you're going to be fine?
What do you mean we're going to be fine? Like you think they?
I love the optimism.
Look, I
by
do
the
too.
way.
Do you
Love it.
believe that when they get to the playoffs, they'll like kick it into another gear? Is that what you're basing this off of?
Eagles get into the playoffs. We're in the NFC Championship game. Jalen Hurts. Now, listen, I'm a Jalen Hurts supporter. I've argued with many people over this. Is he the best quarterback in the league? No. But is he built for this team, and is he built for championships? Yes. That's when he shines in the biggest moments.
All right, I love that, Doug, and I appreciate your
So I'll
optimism.
give you a big Eagles chant where I go.
Go for it.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
There
You're
you
the man,
go.
Doug. And it was great hanging out with you a couple weeks ago. He's buddies with Calper.
Oh,
Yeah.
that explains it.
That
explains the level of optimism.
I said, do you ever get to talk about yourself, or do you just have to hear Cowper talk about himself?
Come on, Cowper's, look, does he wear his clothes very tight, like our buddy Matt? That's it.
Like our buddy Bill Colarulo.
Between Cowper and Colarulo.
It's a tight shirt off. Connor thinks that, like...
Connor's not even in their neighborhood.
You know how we always say Mahomes is in a tier of his own? Like, you're in the top 5 when it comes to wearing the clothes too tight, but there's a different pedestal, right? And so Cowper and Colarulo are there. They're 1A, 1B. You're tier 2 when it comes to the tight clothes.
He's
Thanks.
tier 2.
Very kind of you.
He's definitely tier 2 on the tight clothes.
In case people don't know, Cowper is he's our head of national sales.
Yes.
Here in the Beasley Beauty Group. All right, you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Connor, have a text ready before the text line blows up for the game. So we are going to play. You were close. You said what?
TV theme songs.
Not TV theme songs, but we're going to go Christmas Carol trivia.
Okay.
As we're getting closer to the holiday season.
Okay.
And, of course, next week, in case you have not heard the promo that's been running or our announcement the other day, next week we're going to have a contest for you at home called Name That Caroler. So you know our voices when it comes to our sports talk, and you hate all of us. But I don't know if you hate our singing. You might. Odds are you will. Next week, twice a day, we are going to play somebody from the Fanatic singing a Christmas carol every day, 7:30 and 8:30, 2 times a day. We have 5 pairs of Flyers Suite tickets to give away, 5 pairs of Sixers tickets to give away. We have a $100 gift card to give away to the Harvest Bar and Grill, wine bar, tremendous.
I heard that place is awesome, by the way.
I heard it is amazing. So that's a great $100 gift card to there. So that's why I'm trying to get us into the caroling spirit. All right.
Okay.
So here's what we got to do.
And by the way, we all 3 think we have a little bit of singing talent.
I just don't admit it.
At all. You don't admit it, but you do have talent. You do.
So I've been told.
Connor can definitely belt out a little bit.
We'll see.
We'll see next week.
And I'm told at St. Peter and Paul that I have a pretty good voice. I've been actually told in church after Mass by people, you sing really well.
You probably sing the loudest, don't you?
No, I don't. No, I do not. That's not me. Do not sing the loudest. I do not think I sing well.
Do you think, Connor, I've never hung out with John at church.
Do not sing the loudest.
When they're singing, you don't think John belts out a little bit?
No.
He might even go to a different pitch or octave to
I
make
don't
sure
think,
the voice
I don't
stands
think
out.
you're like my mom. My mom's an under her breath church singer, right? She's like, she's just kind of whispering it. I could see you being the guy,
No.
in pew 4.
Yep.
How do you want me to word this? I will send it to my wife. How do you want me to word it so it's not so I do not skew the poll question?
Do I sing loud in church?
Yes.
Do
That's
I
pretty simple.
sing loud in church? That is what I will send to Christina.
All right.
And it will be sent to her, and we will see her answer.
So here's what we're gonna do. I need the first person on YouTube to comment Team Connor. First person to say Team Connor on our YouTube chat, you'll be in the running for the True Fan Travel tailgate passes. The first person to text in Team John, because you're playing for Team Texter.
Okay.
First person to text in Team John, add your name, please, to it and where you're from so that we can tell the people who John's playing for at 610-632-0975. John will be playing for you. We're going to do this over the course of the hour. I'm going to be asking random Christmas Carol trivia questions. So I'll give you one now.
I didn't even know there were Christmas Carol trivia. I mean, Connor, did you know these existed?
Oh, there's trivia about everything.
Yeah, it's trivia
Okay.
about everything. So here's the first question. You guys didn't know who you're playing for yet.
All right.
But I'm going to see who goes. I got to get it.
Okay.
All right, first question.
First question.
Before we get to our text line when it comes to actual sports. What beverage does the singer tell the audience to have a cup of in a holly jolly Christmas? Boom.
Whoa, do we have to wait for the question to finish, or can we just jump in?
You can jump in.
Okay.
out.
Fair enough.
Did you have that?
Yeah. I was waiting for you to finish
All
the
right,
question.
Here's the answer. You can read it from Christina. And you can see that I worded it specifically.
He screams as if he's at a heavy metal concert.
What did I?
Not loud, but not soft, especially if you know the hymn. So when you know the song.
But not soft, but not loud.
We've all been there. You're at a bar, everybody's singing, and you're kind of mumbling because you don't really know the words, but you don't want to feel left out.
I don't.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Thing is, I'm
that way with Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, please. And by the way, can we have that in less stadiums? It's like you're not unique playing.
Jealousy. That's me. I don't know the words. All right, so John's up 1-0. And Team Connor. Oh, you're playing for Jay. Jamal.
Oh, let's go, Jay.
All right, so Jay.
And John is playing for John V.
All right,
okay.
So Jamal is with Connor. John V is with John Kincade. John V is in the lead right now.
Jay, I got you.
1-0. We'll do this over the course.
Can I answer this like this? So I'll be allowed to answer, though. Still, like, same thing. We're jumping in.
Yeah, you can jump in.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know where Connor's coming from.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Oh, man, you hit the buzzer. Damn it. Like, you ever
There's
watch
no buzzer.
any game show?
There's no buzzer.
All right,
Jeopardy, you have to let him finish the question.
give us
No,
a
you don't.
give us a text message.
No, you don't. You buzz in on Jeopardy.
All right. No. If you buzz in before the okay.
Give us a text message on the damn Eagles, okay?
Chris from Northeast Philly. You sure you want to get to this one? Because he says, I'm already looking at 2027 when there's an out in Hurts' contract. I can't deal with a quarterback who can't read his own defense, refuses to throw in the middle of the field, and run the ball. Thanks for the Super Bowl, but time for a new coach that has a clue and a new quarterback if you can't figure it out with a new staff.
The thing is, though, who is that?
That's Chris from Northeast Philly.
I understand, like, how a guy could be broken watching Jalen Hurts play and sort of take it to that level of extreme.
So we had a tweet yesterday from D Lowe, who's he chimes in often on social media. We appreciate him. Do you think Jalen Hurts will be the quarterback to start the 2027-28 season? So that's 2 years from now. And you respond with today, as of yesterday.
Today, as of
I say yes. He then followed up after listening to Fowler, because we had Jeremy Fowler on yesterday, and he said after listening to that Fowler call, I'm saying no.
Here's what I'm going to say to
it was a damning call, yes. So we'll play some of it. It was pretty damning from Jeremy Fowler yesterday.
But here's what the answer would be from me, is with this roster and with the amount of money that's invested in it, who's your quarterback?
Right.
They're not going to, and who's the quarterback that's going to be better than Jalen Hurts that's going to be your quarterback? And by the way, the financial hit you're going to take getting rid of Jalen Hurts, who are you going to have as your quarterback? You're going to draft some guy at the back end of the first round?
Here's what somebody will say. How he's done it before, he can do it again.
Yeah, well.
I mean, they literally did it with Wentz. They win a Super Bowl 3 years later.
Yeah, but the window is to win now.
Sure. Yeah, with the talent that you have. Absolutely.
Exactly.
All right, coming up next, John Kincade sent me an email about the Eagles potentially going against their identity this past Monday. I will allow you to explain yourself, Johnny. And then I will say maybe they stayed true to Nick Sirianni's identity all along. I'll explain more coming up next. And more Christmas Carol trivia as you guys play for Team Text Line or Team YouTube. It's Kincade and Salciunas 97.5, the Fanatic. going to give you another Christmas Carol trivia question here. As Connor is playing for Team YouTube, even though you're playing for a specific person on our YouTube chat for the True Fan Travel Tailgate, you're playing for the pride of YouTube and the honor of YouTube. John is playing for the pride and honor of the text line.
Texter.
All right? Frank Sinatra, the hit, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Beautiful song. One of my favorites. Who was the first to record that song? Tough one.
The first,
Yeah, the first
to record
ever
it?
to record that song.
Bing Crosby.
Incorrect. Connor, your chance.
Let's go with Nat King Cole.
Oh, how about Judy Garland?
Oh, really?
Yes, how about that? I'll give you maybe an easier one.
Okay.
In the You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch song, his brain is full of what?
Cobwebs.
Nope.
Worms.
Incorrect. You were close, Connor. It was spiders.
All
There you go.
Kind of close. All right, so still
Technically,
one.
if they're spiders, can we assume cobwebs?
Yeah, you could. All right, still 1-0. I'm not going to give a bunch until you actually get one.
That's really
still,
good.
Still 1-0, Johnny, for Team
Texter's
Text
still
Line.
ahead.
And again, we'll do our $50 gift card to Wawa in the 8 o'clock hour where we give our Wawa order.
Happy Wawa Day.
I was thinking of mine this morning driving in. I know what I'm going to order on my
Did you
Wawa
almost
order.
pull into a Wawa? Was that part of it?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Because there's a reason why. That comes your way in the 8 o'clock hour.
That's all right.
All right,
Okay.
so you believe the Eagles went away from their identity.
Well, I mean,
And you're not wrong, but go ahead.
well, I mean, it's strange to me. I think it's very ironic that in this bad stretch for the Eagles forgot who they were, and their opponents remembered who the Eagles were. Look at the games with the Bears and the Chargers. The Bears and the Chargers, what did they do? They used the game plan of the 2022 and 2024 Philadelphia Eagles to beat them. They literally played ball control. They stayed committed to the run in a tight game. They ran it down their throats. They physically beat them at the line of scrimmage. They played ball control. They kept focused to it. They never panicked. They ran. The Eagles literally got away from their identity and just abandoned the run game, turned on their own strategy, and just throw happy, which is, to me, could be the influence of Nick Sirianni being involved.
And that's
in the
exactly what
offense.
I was going to say.
And that's what I believe, is that Nick Sirianni, who, got removed from being involved in the offense because he's a one-trick pony.
Did you add that in your email, or did you just say that?
No, that was what. Oh, no, I always put it out there as the vague thing because I don't want to give away what I'm going to say.
Because you and I are on the exact same page.
And that's what I think it is that we've seen.
That's amazing.
Is that Nick Sirianni gets involved in the offense again, and they go away from the identity that got them to 2 Super Bowls, won them a Super Bowl, and the opponents that stomped on them literally did what the Eagles did to win championships.
Yeah, it's amazing. So John said that they went away from their identity. I was going to say that they just went back to Nick's identity. And here's
you're
why.
seeing that's a little different. Okay.
Because the first 7 games when Nick Sirianni was still calling plays in 2021, here were Hurts's pass attempts. 35, 23, 39, 48, 37, 26, 34. He hands things over to Shane Steichen after that. After that, 29 pass attempts was the most that he threw. He never surpassed 30 in any game when Shane Steichen was the play caller in Jalen Hurts' first full season as a starter. Last year, the first 4 games, remember, Kellen and I are in this together. That was the talking point.
Okay.
34, 30, 38, 30. The first 4 games, then what happens? The bye week and the offensive lineman go into the office. And it kind of felt like Kellen Moore was the head coach of the offense after that. Jalen Hurts never threw more than 30 times except for 1 game, and it was the Pittsburgh game. This year, he had not thrown over 30 times all that much except for the games that they were losing in.
And?
Up until yesterday or last week when he threw 40, when he was more involved. It might be a Sirianni thing. And let's face it, Jeremy Fowler yesterday telling us, or no, it wasn't Fowler. Who said earlier this week, it was McClain on his podcast. They were Phillip Rivers. They coached on a staff that had Phillip Rivers, where they threw the ball 40-plus times almost every single week. That's ultimately what Nick Sirianni probably wants to do. They've just found out that it's not necessarily the best plan when Jalen Hurts is your quarterback. Now, regardless of what you believe, at this point, the fact that it's December 12th and we're still talking identity, that's the biggest problem. They're not going to find one in the next 5 weeks. They're not. Or one that will work. Like, you can't all of a sudden find a working identity in football in December. You just can't. And that's a shame.
No, it's not. It's a talking point, but it's not. I love it though, because you took it to a whole new level. You went back to where Nick was actually calling the plays.
Yeah, it was all
that's next level. See,
he's throwing around 40. So when you said
we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, when you said that they went away from their identity, I just think they went back to Nick's identity. I think that's what he wants to do.
Well, it certainly seems that way, but he's not equipped to come up with enough of a good plan to be able to pull it off.
All right, I'm going to give you another question.
Okay, ready there?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
In the song "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," what word is used for family in the song?
Kin.
Correct. That's good work, Connor.
Very good, Connor. I'm sitting there singing the song in my head.
So we are tied at 1 apiece
I'm locked in now.
of Christmas Carol trivia. Connor playing Team YouTube, John playing Team Text Line. You can text in sports related at 610-632-0975. What level of respect do the Eagles deserve right now? I
Low.
think we've
Give me
gone.
a point.
No, I get it, but I think we've gone too far saying that Jalen Hurts should not start on Sunday. There are people in the city saying that Jalen Hurts should not start Sunday against the Raiders.
Can we say it's
far.
the lunatic fringe?
Yeah, I think that's gone too far.
It's the lunatic fringe.
They deserve that. Jalen Hurts deserves the respect to say, you know what, I expect him to bounce back, even if it's not 4 touchdowns and 400 yards. Just he's not going to lose you a game every single week, which he lost them the game this past Monday against the Chargers. You can text in, call in 610-632-0975. Now, coming up next, the Eagles are playing at home. How ugly could it get inside Lincoln Financial Field on Sunday?
Snowballs.
I wonder what the vibe will be like from the fans on Sunday. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles offense getting close. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles are continuing their preparation for their matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday, 1 o'clock from Lincoln Financial Field. And multiple insiders have talked this week about the actual positives from the offense on Monday night, despite the turnovers and the loss. Offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo echoed that sentiment yesterday in his media availability.
I think there were some positives that came out of that game. We were able to do some different things that we've been pushing towards doing and was very encouraging. I think the guys felt pretty good about the things we did well on. They know what we need to fix and continue to grow from, and the plan can keep growing from there, especially this week going forward.
So is the offense getting close to figuring it out? Well, they better be. 3-game losing streak doesn't give you much room for error. Unfortunately, neither Lane Johnson nor Jalen Carter practiced yesterday, making them long shots to return to play against Vegas. Flyers fell to the Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime last night. Travis Konechny had a rough turnover that led to the game-winning goal for Vegas in that overtime period. They did still get the point for the overtime loss. They'll host the Hurricanes tomorrow. Sixers are back on the floor tonight hosting the Pacers. They've had pretty much all week off. A 7 p.m. tip-off. You can hear that game live here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Andrew DeCecco joins us coming up at 7:55. Kevin Nagandi of ESPN at 9:10. This update is brought to you by Family & Company Jewelers. Check off your whole list with one stop to Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's holiday diamond destination. Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at FamilyJewelers.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the Best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic.
on our YouTube chat. Connor's playing for Team YouTube with the Christmas Carol trivia. So one of the questions was the "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," which Frank Sinatra made it big, but who was the first person to record it?
Okay.
The answer was Judy Garland, and both of you did not get it. Did not get the answer.
I did
correct.
not know that.
Mopar on our YouTube chat's playing along, and he responds with Bing Crosby,
Which was my answer.
which it was ultimately incorrect. To which he then follows up with, "Connor, you suck. We're trading you."
Oh, I saw that.
But it's like, well, you also were wrong. So why?
That's all right. Listen,
All right.
you're not getting any value from me. I'm past my prime.
Well, you guys are tied 1-1.
It's 1-1.
It's
not
1-1,
like you're
and we still
losing.
have a half hour.
Also, trade deadline was like a month ago.
All right.
Yeah, there's no trades.
I'll give you another one before we talk about
Okay,
what
come on, Connor.
what Lincoln Financial Field could be like Sunday at like 1:10.
Snowy?
At 1:10.
Could
on
have some
Sunday.
snow on the ground.
In Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, how many reindeer pull Santa's sleigh?
Eight.
That would be 9.
That would be 9.
You got to count Rudolph.
Oh, you got to count
You got to
Rudolph.
count Rudolph. Wow. Connor
Very
up
good, Connor.
2-1 in Christmas
You still want to
Carol
trade me,
trivia.
Mopar?
Very good,
Come
Connor.
trade me, Mopar.
Good, Connor.
I'll win for the
See,
texters.
It's a tricky question because you
That
count,
is
you
tricky.
think of the reindeer because you know Dasher and Prancer and Donner and Vixen. Connor
Yeah,
and
good
Keeper.
bid.
Listen,
By the way, it's a terrible. It's a very bad. It's a bad show. It's
What,
a
the
bad
Rudolph?
show. Yes, it is. It's
it
terrible.
debuted last night.
It's a terrible
For the
show.
first
Go-
time,
go
2025
watch
on
it.
NBC.
The way people are today about everything, I'm surprised that still airs.
Do you guys know
A lot
my?
of bullying.
Do you guys know my Rudolph take?
No,
No, what?
Have we never talked about this?
I don't.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up often.
Yeah,
Oh,
we really
dude.
haven't gotten into this big, but look, it's a Raiders week, so go on, go for it.
My Rudolph take.
Okay,
I would have said, "Screw you, Santa. I ain't helping,"
that's what I've always thought. That
because Santa knew what was happening.
correct.
He
Santa knew he
knew
was being bullied.
That the 8 other reindeer would not let him play in any reindeer games.
Santa knew. Like I can't believe in today's day and age that this show is still celebrated.
And then all
because
this-
everybody is so hypersensitive about everything, especially with bullying.
Dude, I've
It's a
had,
show about
I've had this
bullying.
take for 25 years, like when I was a little kid.
Santa knew.
As
that-
a fat kid that knew what bullying was all about.
Santa knew that he was being bullied and literally ignored it.
Yeah, he ignored
and
it.
didn't care about it. Like it's a terrible message. Like it's a terrible.
And then all of a
message.
sudden, Rudolph,
he needs
they
Rudolph.
need Rudolph. And if I'm Rudolph, I'm going, yo, bro.
Yo, when I was getting
I needed
terrorized,
you for months.
when I was getting terrorized, fat man, you didn't help me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I'm glad we're on the same page.
No,
here.
I've always felt like I can't believe in today's day and age that it still is because everybody finds a reason to cancel out everything. And I'm like, how did this one slip
Yeah,
through?
no, I've had this take forever.
I
How'd
still
that
got to
show
step
ever
up and
slip
save
through?
Christmas.
Dude, no, I would have said, go ahead.
No, yeah, go,
big
go
man.
do it yourself.
Yeah, Big Red.
Also,
No.
Hermie, Yukon Cornelius, there's some great characters in that movie.
By the way, good job, Connor. Because if I hear one more person say Herbie wants
No,
to be
it's
it's
Hermie.
Hermie.
Yeah, Hermie.
Yeah,
Very
he
good,
wants to be a
Connor.
dentist.
All
He
right,
wants to be a dentist.
Sunday,
Who wants to be a dentist, by the way?
Eagles Raiders.
Yes.
Eagles Raiders Sunday.
Uh-huh.
How ugly could it potentially get in that building? And by ugly, again, the Eagles are not losing this football game. I'm saying it confidently with the team that I feel very little confidence in. I think
Now, the
Eagles-
weird thing is that you, Connor and I are not, we are not saying it with you.
No.
Right, Connor?
No, I don't
You
feel
and I have
confident.
not. You and I have not articulated the same way.
I
We-
refuse to call it a chest day Friday because, like, there's no.
Well, but the thing is the guy who said you absolutely are like not even hesitating.
No.
I think you're nuts.
They're going to win on Sunday.
Well, no, I think they're going to win too, but there's no way they lose this Eagles team.
And here's why.
And you saw 2023.
Here's why. I don't worry about the offense. It's not an offense thing. The defense is going to keep Kenny Pickett to 10 points. They're not going. The Raiders aren't going to score points.
Okay.
They're not going to score. Like I can't see a world where Kenny Pickett
Okay.
dices up the Eagles defense with who?
If I gave you
Brock Bowers a stud.
Kenny Pickett, no, the Raiders right now over under 16.5.
Under.
I'd take the under as well.
Okay.
That's why I feel confident. It's not because I think the Eagles offense scores 30. It's because I don't see a world where this Raiders team puts up points. But here's the deal. The defense is not the talking point in Philly right now.
No, it's not.
Hasn't been, right? It's the offense. If the Eagles offense goes out and has a 3-and-out or a drive that does not lead to points
Oh.
on the opening drive. How bad do you think it gets in the lane?
It's going to get bad.
When we were there Black Friday against the Bears,
It was first
opening
series.
drive, boos.
Uh-huh.
And that's before it was like this. We're at a whole different level right now.
How about this? I will tell you right now, they will not dare introduce the offense.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
No, they
No,
won't
no
dare.
way.
They will not dare introduce the offense. They won't have the guts to do it on their home field because the home crowd would not deal well with introducing the offense.
Yeah.
They're
and-
going to introduce the defense. And by the way, good job because the defense deserves to be introduced. They're the ones that deserve some love and some praise right now and some hyping up because they've been saving whatever we've been saving. They haven't been saving it, but they've still been doing it more.
Again,
than enough.
their own 5. The defense isn't as good as they are in the
Yeah.
last 5 games.
No
They've lost
questions
5
asked.
straight games
No
if it's not
questions
for the
asked.
defense.
But to your point, you better script the first 15 plays
You
for
have to.
Sunday like it's the damn Super Bowl.
You have to because you know how it's going to get. And then we know how we get, right? Like we are a fan base that gets tight, right? Like
We are.
When things
Yes.
aren't and I think that's most fan bases, but when things aren't going well, Eagles fans can suck the life out of that building.
Oh, yes.
Right? And it's the pin drop.
Well, do they or does the team?
Well, no, it's a combination. But what I'm
It's a combo. Yeah.
it's a combination. Like I'm not saying that the Eagles play poorly because of the fans. Like no, that's
No, but I'm saying is I think the team can suck the life out of the building.
But you know
too.
you'll feel like are you going as a media member
Yeah, I'll
on
be the
Sunday?
media member.
Like I need you to tell us if it's bad early.
Oh, it'll be bad. Oh, it'll
how
be bad.
loud it is and then how quiet it is because this isn't a game. Let's face it, we're all human. This isn't a game that people are getting up for.
No.
Right? It's
they're
Eagles
not.
Raiders. It's a 1:00 start. It's going to be cold. It's going to be sleepy. Right? There's not going to be much 4-hour tailgate going on. There's going to be a couple hours.
No. There's going to be good tailgate. The 1:00 games always get a good tailgate going. They get a good tailgate for 1:00 games. People are going to be
When it's going to
tailgating.
be snowing?
Yeah, there's going to be snow. That's going to get people more excited to tailgate. I think that gets people more excited.
Okay.
The fact that if it's going to be snowing because people are going to arrive early because they're going to worry about getting there, and it's going to be snowing. It's going to start snowing overnight, and it's going to be when you wake up. There's going to be snow on the ground, so people are going to worry about getting there. I think it's going to be an early arriving tailgate.
Okay.
So I'm expecting. I think it's going to be a party scene.
Okay.
Like people love partying in the snow.
But once the game starts, you get up for Eagles Raiders? Like this isn't Eagles Lions,
No, it's not.
right? From a couple weeks ago.
It's not.
This is Eagles Raiders. It's going to be a sleepy start to the game regardless. But what could wake them up is a 3-and-out or 0 points on the opening
Correct.
drive.
Oh, and then it'll wake up all right, and not in a good way.
No, not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
What do we got on the text line, Connor? 610-632-0975, and then I'll give you another trivia question, Christmas Carol trivia question.
I'm very interested to hear your guys' response to what Bill from Harleysville is saying. He says this 3-game skid was the best thing that could have happened to this team. It has forced them to reevaluate rather than sit on the whole idea a win is a win. Sirianni has had to retool his crap offense. Jalen has some soul searching to do, and AJ's drop should make him realize he needs to be more locked in and stop talking. This Sunday is the beginning of the bounce back.
Totally hear what you're saying.
But what has it paid off?
Well, maybe this past game was the low, and I guess that's where the texter's coming from. Here's what I'll say, though. I don't think Jalen can run the offense that Nick Sirianni clearly wants to run.
Correct.
2-5.
I mean, seriously.
Think about it. 2-5 in 2021.
0-2.
2-2 in 2024. And 0-2. Like, I don't think Jalen can run that offense. So, yeah, they realize they have to reevaluate some stuff. But are they reevaluating it correctly? Is a whole different conversation that is way above my pay grade. But I get what you're saying.
Also, I think we could have figured this out after loss 1 or 2.
Yes.
And we
that's
didn't really need 3 games.
Yeah,
why
we
did
didn't
we
need-
need
we didn't
it?
need
Like,
three
I don't.
straight,
That's
yeah.
what I. But the thing is, you had a reluctant guy that didn't want to take the wheel in Nick Sirianni.
All right, Johnny, you're down 1-2.
Yes, I am.
Your team texter, Connor's team YouTube.
Okay.
What brings Frosty the Snowman to life?
Cap.
His hat. No, his
Well, cap.
corn
Hat.
cob.
That's Connor.
Hat.
Cap.
No, he doesn't have a cap.
No,
He wears a hat.
It's the same thing.
No, it isn't. He wears a corn cob. He wears a hat. He wears a top hat. He doesn't wear a cap. It's a hat. What's in the song? What's in the song? What is in the song?
Serious?
Yes, he doesn't wear a cap.
Somebody.
He does not wear a cap. He wears a hat.
Somebody's competitive over here.
Yes, I am competitive in this. He does not wear a cap. What turns on? That old top hat.
Old silk hat.
Hat. He does not wear a cap. That old hat. Hat is the answer.
Yeah,
Bing.
But a cap is a hat.
No. You did the answer. You're giving a song trivia. The old hat that they found. It's hat, not cap. Come on, Connor. Hat. Cap.
You know what?
Whoa.
I'm going to ask another party to determine the score.
Wait a minute. It's a song trivia you're asking. You're asking about the song. There's no word cap in that song.
I see.
How can you give that answer?
I go point Connor.
No, you can't. It's not in the song. The word cap isn't in the song.
I say we ask the YouTube.
No, of course.
They'll be impartial.
You rotten son of a.
No, I'm gonna ask.
There's no way. No way.
I'm gonna ask a third party.
No way. No, the word is in the song. There's no word cap in the song.
I'm gonna ask a third party.
He doesn't wear a cap. He wears a hat.
I'm gonna ask a third party.
You can't make up words in the song if the song is about the answers in the song.
I'm gonna ask a third party. We'll get the answer live on the air next. Also, speaking of coming up next, the Eagles hopefully end a bad trend on Sunday. By that, I mean winning. The injury report, however, is not encouraging. We'll tell you why next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 Fanatic.
Show.
It's 7:42 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. I still do not have the official ruling on the frost.
How do we not have an official ruling?
Because I'm waiting to hear back from someone.
What was the contest today? What is the contest game we're playing? What is the game
all right,
we're playing?
it's Christmas Carol Trivia. But
Christmas
you
Carol
know,
Trivia.
hold on, you know, as a man who my only game show that I like to watch every once in a while is Family Feud.
Okay.
You never have to say the correct answer word for word. They'll still bing if it's in the realm.
Okay. They were not. You're playing an accent. We're talking about songs, though. In the songs, if you were on Jeopardy, you can't say a word that's like the word. You have to say the word. It's about the song. He's not wearing a cap. He's wearing a hat. It's a top hat. It's not a top cap. There is no such thing as a top cap.
YouTube is mainly Team Connor on this?
Of course, because they can win with that. That's why. There's no top cap.
All right, we'll get back to that one.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
In a little
this is
bit.
absolutely absurd.
Well, if you're so confident in yourself, why don't you just win the rest of the way? You still got
I'm
15
still going to
minutes.
try to win. I'm going to try to beat. Look, Connor would try to beat him in anything.
By the way, don't forget 7:55. Andrew DeCecco is going to be joining us.
I
to
feel
talk
like-
about Eagles Raiders. Maybe Andrew will.
I don't think
tell
Andrew's
us
going to play along with that.
because he doesn't like Christmas.
I don't think he likes songs.
All right. The Eagles will potentially once again be without Lane Johnson on Sunday. He did not participate in practice again yesterday.
What was the eyeball emoji about Monday?
It's a good question.
What was it about?
I don't know.
Could have just been screwing around.
Yeah, but like
what are you doing?
I'm just saying this team's.
what is this team doing
This team's
then?
past screwing around phase. Like
what are we screwing around with
we're
then?
past positivity bunnies. We're past all this stuff.
What do we do? What are you doing?
But he
guys?
did not participate in practice yesterday, and neither did Jalen Carter. Obviously, he's got the two
Jalen-
shoulder stuff going on.
Right. I'm going to guess we may start to hear some whispers about Jalen Carter potentially, that they could maybe we could start hearing about some things for the Saturday game at Washington, but more likely than that, the Buffalo game.
Okay. And I do wonder how much, we're being honest with ourselves, how much are the Eagles saying, hey, Lane, are you at what percentage you want to be at? And he says, 75. And he's at 74. And they're going, it is the Raiders.
Oh, wow. I'm telling you.
We could probably get by one more
It's
week.
a dangerous game, man.
It is a dangerous game considering the Eagles' offense sucks.
It's a dangerous
and they've
game to
lost
play.
3 straight games
It's a
because of their offense. Totally dangerous.
Connor, you and I rarely on the gut instinct thing are we on the same page.
Yeah.
But we are both lockstep on neither one of us is willing to say, oh, yeah, it's a win.
No, I said on Tuesday when we came in after the Charger game, I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm not where
Nah,
you're not. Yeah.
I might change that.
Right.
But in the moment, I was ready to predict them to lose this game. I'm certainly not feeling comfortable they're going to win.
There's just no way. There's no way they lose this football.
There's absolutely a way.
The thing is, after seeing 2023, I can't get over. I'm going to tell you, your take is very arrogant.
Yeah.
It's shocking because after 2023, I can't believe you ever would have that.
But it's
take.
arrogant because the defense is that good. Like, the defense is so good.
Has the defense been able to win them the last 2 games? And the defense has played great.
No, but
That's what I'm saying is the defense has played
Look,
great.
You said the over-under for the Raiders is 16.5.
Yeah, if I said to you 16 and a half.
Oh, if you said to me, okay.
That's what I said to you.
I would put it at 12.5.
Okay.
Like, I don't see. Let me actually check on. I got the FanDuel, so I wonder if Parks is different for
It's
you.
38 and a half. It's 38 and a half for the game.
How about this? Raiders. You know what the Raiders is? Ding,
What?
ding, ding. 12.5.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to score more than 13 points.
Okay, Raiders have scored just for this year. Raiders have scored 20. Raiders have scored 9.
Okay.
Raiders have scored 24. Raiders have scored 24. Raiders have scored 6. Raiders have scored 20. Raiders have scored nothing. Raiders have scored 29. Raiders have scored 7. Raiders have scored 16. Raiders have scored 10. Raiders have scored 14. Raiders have scored 17. So the Raiders have actually been scoring better than the Eagles recently.
All right, here's what I'll say.
Which is crazy.
Here's what I'll say to that. I'll add more context.
Okay.
Eagles defense, all right? Chargers defense, we just saw pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
They scored 9 in that game.
Yeah.
Chiefs defense, still good.
Yeah.
They got shut out in that game.
They scored nothing.
Broncos defense, they scored 7 in one, 17 in another. So that was a big day for him. Browns defense, forget the Browns offense. Browns defense is still really good. They scored 10. The second game against the Chargers, they scored 14. So I get what you're saying with the 20s, but that was against the Titans.
Okay.
So against good defenses, they have been held to very low point totals, and I can't see a world where they score more than 13 points on Sunday. I just can't see it. And that's why I'm arrogant. Unless the Eagles score under 10 points, there's no way they're losing this football game.
Can you see a world where they blow a 21-point lead
Against
on the
this team?
Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
Can you see a world?
No, you couldn't.
Against the Cowboys and that offense? Sure.
Wait.
No. Halftime.
Yeah, there's
like,
no way
right
when
about.
they were up 21-0. There is no way in the world you were saying you could.
No,
see
but
them
like
lose
I
that.
could see a Cowboys offense put up points.
Could you see a world where Jalen Hurts turns the ball over 5 times in a primetime game?
No,
but I'm not seeing him turn the
I
ball
get
over
you.
5 times.
No, I mean I
against the
get you, but
Raiders.
it's just this team has been so freaking.
We are in the twilight zone, and you're expecting reality, and that's not a fair place to be right now.
All right, let me give you another Christmas trivia question here.
Okay.
You have to get both.
Cap.
What Christmas song is known by 2 different names?
Huh? That's way too vague of a question.
What Christmas song is known by 2 different names?
I have no idea what you. I mean that.
All right, I'll just give it to you. The Christmas song, which is also known as
I don't even know-
Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
I didn't even know that was the name of a song, Chestnuts Roasting. I mean, I know
Yeah,
the
no,
song.
it's listed in
As
places.
Chestnuts
Yeah.
Roasting on an Open Fire?
Yep.
I only know Pam and Patty Chestnut.
I feel like that's a very vague
And
question.
Sam Chestnut. And Patsy. And, they're the only chestnuts I know.
All right. What pop singer has been named the Queen of Christmas?
Mariah Carey.
Wow.
Very good.
Man.
Very good.
So
Connor.
you're up technically 3-1.
No, he's not.
Maybe 3-2.
He's up 3-2.
No, you're either up 4-1 or
he's
3-2.
No, he's up 3-2 because I got the answer right. What does the word in the song? What's the word in the song? You can't make up new rules to the game.
Look, I'm not pulling for anyone here. I'm just the
But guess what?
moderator.
Then your game stinks if you're making up new rules as you go along.
Does that sound like a guy that deserves 3-2?
I don't think so. Honestly, you might get a half a point,
Hey, guess
Connor,
what?
just
All I can say
because.
is one of us interacted with a real game show host this year. Drew Carey doesn't pull this crap.
Wait, were you on The Price is Right?
Yeah, we'll see. June 29th, baby.
You know how in Around the Horn, RIP, they used to give like a point just to give a point?
Ding.
Yeah. I might just give you a point just to give you a point.
You should. No, you should. I earned it.
I
actually got the
I'm going
point.
to give you one more question coming up next, and we'll speak with Andrew DeCecco. Connor has the lead. Can Connor ice it, which would be the winner for Team YouTube, which would be Jamal, who would get the pair of passes for the True Fan Travel
I know how
tailgate.
Jamal's rooting on this.
And don't forget, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll do the Wawa order for the $50 gift card to Wawa. Andrew DeCecco helps preview the upcoming Eagles-Raiders game next here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A get-right game for the Birds. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles are hoping for that Sunday as they take on the Las Vegas Raiders 1 p.m. Sunday from Lincoln Financial Field. And multiple insiders have talked about positives from Monday night, but at the end of the day, it's a 3-game losing streak for the Eagles, and they need a get-right game. And Jalen Hurts does as well. Kevin Fatullo met with media yesterday, and he talked about the faith that he still has in Jalen Hurts in his preparation.
Yeah, I don't think he changes from week to week, day to day, game to game. He's awesome. I mean, we were in meetings today. He was awesome. The dialogue was awesome. So he really does a good job of just separating what happened and where he wants to go going forward. And so, he's always dialed in at all times. You never have to worry about that.
Now, can we see if that materializes into a win on Sunday? That'd be nice. Unfortunately, neither Lane Johnson nor Jalen Carter practiced yesterday, making them long shots to return to play on Sunday. Flyers fell to the Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime last night. Travis connecting a rough turnover that led to the game-winning goal for Vegas. They did still get that all-important point. They'll host the Hurricanes tomorrow. Sixers are back on the floor tonight hosting the Pacers, a 7 p.m. tip-off. You can hear that game live here on The Fanatic. Andrew DeCecco joins us coming up next for the latest on the Birds out of their matchup with the Raiders. This update's brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. We'll speak with Andrew DeCecco here momentarily. But for your chance to win the $50 gift card to Wawa, happy Wawa days, make sure you're listening closely throughout the 8 o'clock hour. We will each give something from Wawa for our Wawa order. And if you get all three in order correct, you will win the $50 gift card to Wawa. Now, I'll ask you one more Christmas Carol trivia question. We have questions about what the actual score is, whether it's 3-2 or 4-1.
It's 3-2. For God's sakes.
Connor, you can win it here. Now, I'm not going to go Price is Right rules where you can't go over. Whoever is closer wins the point.
Whoever's closer. Really? Interesting.
Whoever's closer wins the point. My God, we're not playing Price is Right, John. We don't always have to.
Okay.
How old was Brenda Lee when she recorded the classic Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree?
31.
30.
Good strategy by Connor. Do you know she was only 13?
I did not know that.
She recorded Rockin'
Wow.
Around the Christmas Tree.
I did not know that.
And that's been giving her cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for life.
Is she still alive?
I believe so. I think we checked in last year, didn't we? Let's see.
Is
Brenda
she
Lee.
still alive?
81 years young, ladies and gentlemen.
That is beautiful.
Yesterday was her 81st birthday. Happy birthday,
happy
Brenda
birthday.
Lee.
Happy birthday, Brenda.
You keep rocking around that Christmas tree. Connor?
Sorry, I'm just standing up. My back hurts from carrying the YouTube.
Team YouTube wins.
Team YouTube wins.
Regardless of the technicalities
Well, there's
of
no
one of the
technicality
answers.
the other one, but they wins.
Connor wins, so
Connor,
that means
good job.
Jamal wins. So, Jamal, we just need you to call in.
She was 13?
She was only 13 years old. How about that?
Jerry Lee Lewis hadn't married her yet?
Jamal, reach out to Rodman. So just call in, and we'll get you the pair of passes for the True Fan Travel Philly Sports Trips tailgate, which is this Sunday.
That's awesome.
It's a great party. You've been a part of it, Johnny. I've been a part of it. All-inclusive food and drinks, live entertainment, appearances from special guests, former players, Sea of Birds fans. And if you don't win, because we have another one to do in the 9 o'clock hour today, if you don't win, you can still buy tickets on PhillySportsTrips.com, and a portion of the proceeds will go to the Eagles Autism Foundation. Love that Philly Sports Trips.
Good work.
Does that. All right, joining us now on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business help you move forward with what's next. From Inside the Birds and 97.5 The Fanatic, Andrew DeCecco joins us. Andrew, the game Sunday against the Raiders, they're a 2-win team. So I'm going to ask you a question that we talked about earlier today. Can you consider beating a 2-win team a get-right game, or is this something where you're just looking for some sort of life out of the Eagles offense?
Yeah, I think you're more so looking at some sort of life out of the Eagles offense. Now, what I'm looking to see in this game is more of the same from the Chargers game minus the turnovers, because I thought the Eagles did some nice things in terms of advanced concepts. They were Jalen Hurts was throwing between the numbers. There was a lot of in and intermediary routes, and he fit the ball into tight windows. And I thought for the first time this season that the passing attack looked as we all expected it to. Now, you know, I'm curious to see whether or not Jalen's a little bit gun-shy in this game because they prioritize ball security, or if they're able to kind of roll that back out for another week and try to take advantage of it and execute it this week, because I do think that there's something there and they can get it rolling.
When you studied the tape from the Chargers game, what did you think of the offensive line play?
I thought it was okay. I did. I thought it was okay, especially in pass protection. I thought, look, there's always going to be moments where, and this has been a common theme this season, John, where the offensive line, particularly in the running game, hasn't performed to standard. But I think in terms of pass protection, they've done a nice job, especially when you consider the injuries across the line and Fred Johnson being there, and the Chargers have a really good defense. So I think that you have to tip your hat to them there. And they also showed some signs of promise in the running game as well. Granted, 52 yards came on that fake tush-push play, but I thought that they were able to generate some movement up front more so than they have in recent weeks.
35, 23, 39, 48, 37, 26, and 34. Those are the pass attempts from Jalen Hurts the first 7 weeks of the season in 2021 when Nick Sirianni was still calling plays. We know the report that Sirianni was more involved with play calling or the preparation of the game going up to this Chargers game. Do you believe that Nick Sirianni still deep down would like a, high-powered passing offense and not what we've seen the last couple of years where they've sort of taken the ball out of Jalen's hands at times?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely do. At his core, I mean, he's a wide receiver. He's worked with Phillip Rivers and he's been around Andrew Luck. So those are prolific passers. And, being a former wide receiver, it's just a natural, you have natural tendency to want to see that really take shape. And for the Eagles, they alter their style to do it differently, and they're not going to be a pass-happy team. But I thought that there are certain things that you can do to tinker it so that you can be more effective and create plays off of the pass game. And they made some good strides. Obviously, Jalen didn't perform well in that game, turned the football over 5 times. That can't happen. But I think against a team like the Raiders, you will want to see them replicate, if you will, what they're able to do in the passing game and some of those same concepts, because that's certainly something I believe that they can build off of and carry that towards the end of the regular season and into the postseason.
What are you hearing about Fred Johnson? Because being down 1 Johnson, that's a problem. Being down 2, could that be a disaster?
Yeah, so he wasn't listed on the Wednesday estimation, and then he popped up yesterday. That's always that dreaded pop-up injury that you don't plan for. So it likely happened during practice. But he was limited, and today we'll get a better sense of where he is. But I don't think there's any cause for concern at the moment. But, I mean, they're really light there at offensive line, John. I mean, the next player up would be Matt Pryor when you consider that they have just Drew Kendall and Brett Toth, and those are really interior linemen. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure, but I don't know that there's any cause for concern at this time.
As you yourself prepare for this game on Sunday, Andrew, when you watch what the Raiders have done all season long on offense, is there a world where you see the Raiders scoring like 20 points? Because right now we know that exactly the Eagles' offense is not putting up these big numbers. But as I've been saying to John and Connor all day today, with as little confidence as I have in the Eagles right now, I have all the confidence in the world in the defense to keep this Raiders team to like 13 points.
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. I'm right there with you. This is an elite defense, and they've won the Eagles games in games in which they probably shouldn't have won because their level of play was that dominant. And I think when you look at what the Raiders can provide, yeah, it is a little bit of an upgrade to start Kenny Pickett over Geno Smith. Geno Smith was having a really tough go of it, but Ashton Genty, he's a really, really prolific running back, first-year player, but he's getting hit at the line of scrimmage. They can't generate any push at the point of attack there. They might be getting their left tackle, Colton Miller, back. We'll have to wait and see. They have Maryland's DJ Glaze there at right tackle. I think this is another game where I believe the Eagles' defensive line is going to really be able to get home and rattle Kenny Pickett, much like they did against the Chargers. And at wide receiver, they have Dante Thornton, who I really like. He's a speedster. He's explosive. But and Brock Bowers, I can't forget about him. But they don't necessarily have the pieces in place to have an offense that's going to stay on schedule and be cohesive. So I don't really see a path for them putting up 20 points in this game.
Is there so I know it's going to be a storyline we'll get into more as the end of the season comes around, but Nakobe Dean is just playing at a level that obviously is pleasing Vic Fangio a lot. But what is going on with the story of Jihad Campbell?
Yeah, it's a really good question, John. And I've always been of the belief that Jihad Campbell, he deserves to be playing. He's had a really good start to his rookie season. There has to be a way to balance it out a little bit more, especially when you're playing, 70 snaps. They played 87 the prior week. You have to be able to carve out a few snaps for your rookie linebacker because you don't want to deprive him of opportunities to develop, and he's been playing well. He offers a different type of skill set than Nakobe Dean does, and Nakobe Dean didn't play well against the Bears. He didn't play particularly well against the Cowboys either, but I think that there should be 15 to 20 snaps to get Jihad Campbell on the field and take advantage of his length, his athleticism, his ability to roam sideline to sideline and cover running backs on wheel routes and things of that nature. And Vic Fangio, even after I believe it was the Bears game, said that he should have gotten more snaps. Now, I think he played just 9 against the Chargers. I would like to see that around 12 to 15 because he's been a playmaker when he's been out there.
All right, how does this game play out?
I think the Eagles are able to put up a lot of points in this one. And when I say a lot of points, I'm not saying, 30 or more. I think about 27. But I think this is going to be a game where weather could be a factor, but I just don't have any sort of confidence based on the evidence that we have that the Raiders are going to be able to move the football and generate much in terms of offensive production. So I like the Eagles in this one. We'll say 27-13.
All right, we
Sounds
like
good.
it. That's a cover. Andrew,
Sounds
we
good.
appreciate the time, man. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you next
Andrew.
week.
Thanks, guys.
There he is. Andrew's a check on the Comcast Business Hotline. All right, coming up next, we have today's headlines with Connor Thomas. We'll give our first item on the Wawa order. So if you've not been following along all week long, we've been doing this all week long for your chance to win a $50 gift card to Wawa. Me, John, and Connor each give an item that we are ordering. Somebody goes and makes the run. If you get all three in order correctly, you will win the $50 gift card to Wawa. We're doing a call-in day today, right?
Yeah, it's a call-in day today.
All right.
Happy
Sounds good.
Wawa days.
Happy Wawa days. Today's headlines with Connor Thomas next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5. Headlines. I already know my Wawa order. You want me to get this started?
Lead it off.
I thought of it this morning driving in. So, 4:30 in the morning.
Were you hungry? Did you not eat last night?
No.
Okay.
I was.
Some days we come in here, we're not that hungry.
Oh, speaking of, I did eat yesterday. I did a little happy hour dinner with my wife and Coop. We went to this place called the House of Brews, BREWS, in Turnersville, right on the Black Horse Pike. And as soon as I walked in, Rick, the bartender's like, "Oh my God, it's Andrew Salciunas from the Fanatic."
Oh, that's nice.
They have their own podcast. They watch every game at the House of Brews, and he said, we're basically doing a talk show all day here.
That's excellent.
He has regulars that attend the House of Brews, and they're basically doing a talk show during it. So shout out to you, Rick. It was a great spot. Check it out, House of Brews.
Could the House of Brews group think a better offensive game plan than the Eagles have run this year?
Based off of the way they were talking, yes, I think so. Also, I reached out to Bill Colarulo.
Okay.
Not that it matters because Connor won fair and square with the amount of points in the Christmas trivia. But I sent him a text, and I will read you said text. He was busy with the baby. That's why he couldn't call in.
I would think he would be busy with his child.
I said, answer this for me, please. We were playing Christmas song trivia. The question was, what brought Frosty the Snowman to life? The first person said Cap. I didn't even use names. Mm-hmm. The first person said Cap. The second person said hat. Hat is the word used in the song, but would you award the person who said Cap the point? He said he would give Cap the point.
What?
Bill Colarulo.
You can't give Cap the point. It's not in the song.
Hey, are you going to disagree with a lawyer?
Yes, because it's not in the song. The game is about the song.
Hey, he knows all about technicalities.
You're going to be held in contempt if you're not careful.
He made plenty of coins on technicalities.
Yeah, he certainly did. The game is about the song. Stupid game. Stupid game.
Look.
That's stupid. If the rules, if it's about the songs.
What 40-year-old decides I'm going to get into sports talk radio?
It would be like this.
He must have had a successful time in his career.
This is great. I'm going to use what is. Hold on. I want to make sure I get it exactly right here because I want to say it exactly as the listener said it. So I want to get it right. Okay. So Doug says this would be like saying, fill in the blank. Have yourself a blank little Christmas.
Crappy.
And someone says happy.
Crappy.
And saying, well, happy sounds like merry.
Crappy little Christmas.
No, happy's not merry. You got to get the word.
You still lost anyway.
I did lose.
Loser.
Lost.
All right. I'm going to go with, I was thinking of Coop this morning.
What is it?
The little kids fruit punch with the characters on top.
Have you never seen it?
All right. I don't know even what the company is, but it's a 100% juice box. But we'll go with the Spider-Man cap on top. They have Spider-Man. They have Godzilla.
Really?
All kinds.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's like
They have Paw Patrol.
Straw? Is it a straw with it?
It's like the old Gatorade things where you can squeeze bottle.
Never seen
Yeah.
it.
So I'll go juice box with Spider-Man cap.
Have you bought these in the past?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can keep the caps as toys.
Good yard. I'm a good road trip.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's great.
All right. That's the first of our 3 Wawa orders. All right.
There we go.
Time now for today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
Brought to us by who?
The Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people and settling cap debates. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. A certain quarterback might need to give a call to Lundy Law because Joey B up there in Cincinnati does not sound like he's having a great time right now. Here's from his recent press conference. Just sounded really sad.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? The mindset I'm trying to bring to the table.
Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it seemed frustrating.
There's just a lot of things going on right now.
So I always look. We've had this conversation on the air before, and it's crazy. I compare the Bengals to the Sixers all the time. High expectations, but injuries are always the reason why they can't do anything. The only difference is they actually got to a Super Bowl. Sixers can't get out of the second round. I've said to you before, I worry one day does Joel Embiid have a moment. And look, in that article that came out this summer, whether it was a fluff piece or not, like it was a
hand-picked article.
It was an article in the summer where he opened up about sort of the mental struggles that he's been dealing with because it's like, oh my God, another injury. Is that what Joe Burrow is sort of referring to without getting into it? Or is he upset with the Cincinnati Bengals organization because they also stink. I don't know what it is. And he's not going to expand on it. He doesn't have to. It's his own personal life.
It's just something I'm not good with. It's not a good topic for me. Like I've dealt with too much in my life to not be able to know that at some point in life, no matter what you're going through, you got to put on your big boy pants, especially you're the leader. You're leading a very blessed life. You're making 30-some million a year. You're expected to lead the men in that locker room, and you're going to sit up there like a mopey Gus and be like, oh, I got a lot going on. It's like, it's terrible. It's terrible leadership, and I was glad to see the guys on the NFL Network and NFL Live ripping him for it.
Yeah, I think what it is it's holiday season, and his house keeps getting robbed, so he's worried about the sticky bandits.
How about not having OnlyFans models living in your house? That might help with that. That might be an option to not, don't have the OnlyFans model living in your house.
I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's going out with it.
But he doesn't have them living in his house.
And adult film industry.
Yeah, it's adult film stars. Yes, there's a little difference.
So speaking of another franchise that is not having a great season, let's move on to this wild story about the New York Giants. They moved on from assistant defensive line coach Brian Cox this week. And that's understandable because their defense has been terrible.
Do you remember the story I told you about Brian Cox?
I don't recall.
When he was a Falcon coach, and they had Hard Knocks.
He's
the coach that I told you that literally was bragging about the fact that he was having sex when he was 12 on Hard Knocks, and it got him pretty much out of the organization because they were like, he's mental.
The final straw in this issue is much dumber because according to reports out of New York by Dan Dugan, the final straw in this is allegedly an argument over seats on the plane ride home from their most recent game where the assistant coach's seats were removed. Brian Cox got in an argument and then was let go, and that was part of it.
I watched it go on. He's a guy who's not very stable, so it doesn't shock me. Doesn't shock me.
He's with the Giants.
Well, now he's with nobody.
Well, he was, but he was with the Giants.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like when you're losing and frustration's building up, you can't let the chair be like the reason why you lose your job.
You got moved to 26E, and the next thing you know.
Unless he thought he was getting fired regardless after the season, so he's like, you know what?
I think he realized that, but he's not a man.
Let me go out my way.
He's not a man with a lot of awareness or common sense.
What else we got?
We'll round out with this because there are like sister cities across the globe, and they don't really make sense geographically, but like I think I found Philadelphia's.
Okay.
And it might be this town.
Is it Lithuania?
No, it's in Finland. A Finnish soccer team, FC Haka, got relegated. And relegation, never a good thing. Fan base gets upset.
Yeah.
Somebody lit their stadium on fire. Like, this thing is ablaze. Dude, there are pictures, and they were burning that thing to the ground.
Really?
Dude, the soccer, like, look, it's not big enough here. All right, like people pretend like soccer's huge here. It's not.
It's not.
It's why, like, I'm always honest with you guys. Like, I hope the Union win because I represent Philadelphia. But like, I'm not gonna lie to you to try to get 10 more followers and say that I'm a Union, like some big Union soccer fan. Nobody's lighting the Union Stadium on fire unless it's a crazed individual. Now that person's probably crazed, but the soccer love that, like, what's the Wrexham with Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds. I watched the first season of that. I just didn't love soccer enough to continue.
No, it didn't, and I didn't find it that entertaining.
I thought it was interesting hearing from fans that were like literally in tears because they won a soccer game. Like, it's no joke out there, man. I mean, we hear about deaths, like referees being murdered. Or officials, what's the correct term on the pitch?
It could be either or.
I don't want to, say anything wrong. Then the soccer people get angry. They're tired that we don't talk about them enough, and then they get upset anytime we talk about them.
I will tell you is it's soccer, then it's hockey, and it's close.
Oh, what, the gatekeeping? The
gatekeeping of they want you to talk about them, and then if you ever talk about them and you act like you don't say something. Look, doesn't even know what he's talking about. Like, it's the same thing.
Well, let's just say relegation. It's a good thing it doesn't exist in the NFL.
I wish relegation, I think it's something that European sports do that I wish our sports did.
Baseball should have it.
Baseball should have. The NBA should have.
God, I would love to see the Mets get relegated. How great of a day would that be?
Baseball should have it. NBA should have. The NBA is the sport that should really.
The G League team make their way up to the NBA.
The Blue Coats making a run.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, honestly, the NBA is the one that really needs it.
By the way, the juice is called Good to Grow.
Good to Grow.
Dawu chimed in saying that his kids loved them. D-Lo says, I have 200 of these bottle caps. I'm not exaggerating. He's all different characters.
Wow.
But I gave you a specific character
You
that
did.
you have to know for the Wawa order. Coming up next, you'll get another one. Either John or Connor will go next. And we're asking you today what the Eagles deserve when it comes to respect. I still can't say that the quarterback all of a sudden sucks. But one national analyst made it sound like the Eagles themselves question the quarterback. You'll hear that next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
You know, every day somebody in your community, they need your help, and you may not even know who they are, but you can help because you've got a truck or a boat or a motorcycle or an RV on your property that you're not using anymore, or it's ended its useful life for you. It can really help someone else, and the Salvation Army wants to assist. The Salvation Army wants to help somebody with addiction be able to get some hope in their life, to find stability, and to rebuild what is now going to be their future. Salvation Army's been changing lives for nearly 150 years. Your kindness continues to make that possible. And donating is easy. Just call 800-SA-TRUCK or go to satruck.org and schedule a pickup. They're going to come right to your home, tow the vehicle at no charge, and give you an IRS-approved receipt. That used vehicle in your driveway could end up being the turning point in someone else's life. So let's say you get that car, that truck, that boat or motorcycle or something. Why don't you donate it today? Because you can do something in the season of giving that's going to help somebody else, and you don't even know who they are. But it can make a big difference. Call 800-SA-TRUCK or visit satruck.org, and you will be helping the Salvation Army continue to do the most good.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Patullo talks positives. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles are continuing to get ready for their matchup with the Raiders Sunday, 1 p.m. from Lincoln Financial Field. And across the week, we've been hearing from national voices saying that there were some positive things from the Eagles' offense on Monday night that they hadn't seen yet. Kevin Patullo echoed those sentiments in his media availability yesterday.
I think there were some positives that came out of that game. We were able to do some different things that we've been pushing towards doing and was very encouraging. I think the guys felt pretty good about the things we did well on. They know what we need to fix and continue to grow from, and the plan can keep growing from there, especially this week going forward.
Moral victories aren't going to cut it for the Eagles at this point in the year, though, especially in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. We'll see if that's a launching pad for a better offensive performance on Sunday. Unfortunately, neither Lane Johnson nor Jalen Carter practiced yesterday, making them long shots to be on the field against Vegas. The Flyers fell to the Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime last night. Travis Konechny had a rough turnover that led to the game-winning goal for Vegas. They did still get a point out of the effort. They'll host the Hurricanes tomorrow. Sixers are back on the floor tonight, hosting the Pacers, a 7 p.m. tip-off. You can hear that game live right here on The Fanatic. We'll talk to Kevin Nagandi of ESPN coming up at 9:10. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that is built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Friday, presented to us by our friends at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Driving to great deals at the fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. Dawood on the YouTube chat. I still don't understand it, all you guys that are out there. And the amount of battles I had with Ant over this. I actually texted him a photo the other day of me listening to Mr. Bublé. What's with the Bublé hate?
I don't get it either.
The guy is an amazing voice.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
I don't get it. There's a lot of Bublé hate out there.
He is an amazing
The
voice.
amount of battles Ant and I had over that.
Well,
You know.
Now here's where some of the I think I know where it comes from in Anthony. I know where it comes from because I have other friends who are also anti-Bublé.
Why is that?
And they are also of Italian descent.
Okay.
And they believe that Bublé has taken he's the Timu Sinatra.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's trying to be Sinatra. He's trying to Bogart Sinatra's act. And so he's Timu Sinatra to them. So that's not I look at it as Sinatra cannot be touched. He's untouchable. To me, like you can't touch Michael Jackson. Well, I didn't just say that. Springsteen, is his own voice. He's unique.
Right.
These guys, there are unique voices out there that can't be touched. They're just unique. They're singular. Sinatra doesn't have to be touched by anything.
No,
Bublé is his act is sort of Sinatra's act.
Well, and another big argument is that he doesn't have any original songs, which he does. But
he does have original songs, but nobody knows them.
He doesn't have any original Christmas songs, which who does? At this stage in 2025.
Is All I Want for Christmas Is You, isn't that original?
I don't believe so.
Wasn't that made for that movie, that terrible movie?
No, he does have one, but I don't think it's that.
All I Want for Christmas Is You, I thought was...
No, that's an old song, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it's been around for a while.
That's forever.
I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure there is one Bublé original Christmas song. But regardless, nobody's got an original song anymore. They're all written in the 40s.
He's also the freaking man. He's a cool dude outside
He's
of
doing
the music.
shrooms before he watches hockey. I respect that.
All I Want for Christmas Is You is Mariah Carey.
Really?
That's what it says.
Oh.
I mean, unless I've read it wrong.
Oh, yeah, but that was still in the 90s, wasn't it? That was 30.
Yeah, but I mean,
no, that's what he was talking about.
She wrote that song.
Right.
She's I think she gets I think I saw the other day in the news, in the elevator, $1.63 million a year or something.
Must be nice.
For that song. That's not bad.
She's
parking.
got her own Bobby Bonilla day.
Like Bublé, though, to me, he's
talented, man.
Yeah, he's incredibly talented.
I don't get the hate. All right. Connor or John, who wants to give the next Wawa order?
You got it, Johnny.
I got something.
All right.
I like these when I'm not really that hungry, but they're really good. How about the sweet cream cheese soft pretzel?
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
Hot. No, it's got to be hot.
I like to do the jalapeno one more, but I know what you're talking about.
That is
all
really,
those
really
pretzels
good.
are delicious.
Oh, yeah, they're all good. There's a cheddar cheese.
Yep, I like
There's
that.
There's a jalapeno cheese.
Yep.
There is the sweet cream cheese. Now,
Yeah,
mine
good.
is the sweet cream cheese.
The only worry is sometimes the ones that have been out for a while, because then it gets a little crispy. I like it.
Well, you see, the crispy's not bad, though,
I
for
like
some people.
I like the runny cheese.
Oh, you like the runny cheese. Yeah, it's not.
All right. So we have two of our three orders
go.
for the $50 gift card to Wawa. Yesterday, we had Jeremy Fowler on. And as always, great conversation. We learn a lot from Jeremy Fowler, and he gives a lot of insight. He's not afraid to. Here was Fowler yesterday when we were talking about Jalen Hurts. Remember, he brought up his own article from before the season started where he interviews executives and scouts from around the league. And around the league, they rank different players at different positions. And Jalen Hurts came in at number 9 for quarterbacks. So I asked him, are there people around the league all that surprised that Hurts is not playing all that well this year? He goes one step further.
There are people that are not surprised, I would say. I can't speak for the whole building, but I think there are probably people there that are not all that surprised. Because the formula last year was you're getting 40-yard runs at least once a game from Saquon. At least a big gain, right? An explosive run. They just had it rolling. They were on a heater last year. But the passing game was ranked really low. So it's not that there's some surprise because Jalen Hurts is playing that poorly. I think in some ways he's probably playing better. But just because they're having to rely on the passing game a little more and try to get a little more creative where they can. It's just, talking to people around the league, they would say his game has limitations. Throwing over the middle of the field is one. And if you don't have a steady running game, it's just hard. It's hard to rely on that. He's dependent on having those things around him. You saw it at the end of the first half of the Chargers game where it wasn't like a explosive drive, but it was a longer drive with several runs from Saquon where he was getting 9 or 5 or 11. And then you saw Jalen have back-to-back 11-yard passes or on different downs, but one was off play action. And it looked like the drive was supposed to look for them, and they ended up having a penalty, and I think they kicked the field goal. But, like, the glimpses are there of what they kind of need to be. And then Hurts, like, he throws a great go ball, down the sideline. You say A.J. Brown late in the game. Like, he can do that. That's perfect to complement a really good running game.
So early in the clip, you hear him say there are people inside NovaCare, not everybody, but inside, that aren't totally surprised by Jalen Hurts' struggles this year.
And that, to me, the fact that he's getting that inside NovaCare pisses me off.
Yeah, because that means people are talking.
Because I know that he is a guy of incredible integrity. So.
I also wonder, John, how much of it was once he said he reportedly did not want to run as much. Was there a coach that said, well, that's going to take away a lot of our game, which is going to impact him? And he may not know that in the long run.
Well, the weird thing is it takes away a lot of his game.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, his threat to run keeps defenses honest. His refusal to run, reportedly, is not going to have to keep defenses honest. And when your ground game is not
and it hurts
going
Saquon
well,
big time.
It hurts Saquon. I mean, let's face it. DeAndre Swift getting 1,000 yards. Part of it's the offensive line. Part of it's DeAndre Swift. Part of it's Jalen Hurts. Like, Jalen Hurts.
The deception
right.
of where it is.
Because you don't know where the ball is actually going to go. If Jalen Hurts is not running the football, and now that there's these reports that get out there, defenses are not really staying true to trying to be honest with Jalen.
And that stinks.
That stinks.
That stinks. It's not. It doesn't give. There's not enough deception. And also, too, when you're in shotgun all the time, there's not enough deception. They don't masquerade anything.
I think they go under center a lot more this weekend. I'm just guessing.
Okay, wait. It was 51.
Guessing.
Okay, it was like 80. It was 51-15.
Yes.
So we're talking. It was like 78%. Okay, what are we talking? You talking
in the
60?
in the 20s?
Are you talking 4? So you're saying it'll be like 20s? 20s isn't enough. That's hardly anything.
Well, here's the deal. They have the information, right? We have the information. They have the information. That when under center, they did things better, right? It's all there. The information's there. You don't have to be one of the analytic nerds that work for the Eagles. I would imagine they go, all right, we got to build off of this. Now, you're not going to completely flip and now all of a sudden do 50 plays under center and 15 plays in the gun. You're not going to completely flip in 1 week.
No, I'm not asking
so you might
to do
need
that.
incremental growth.
Do you think, could there be anything where we could get a 55-45 shotgun to under center?
Well, percentage-wise, I don't think so. I don't think. I'm not in the first. I think it's a little bit more of a growth, maybe a 65-35.
That's a little more growth. I would take that much better.
Yeah, I would take it too.
I would take that much better.
And I don't know, maybe the weather plays a factor too with the shotgun.
You never know.
That may lead them to being under center even
gusty
more.
winds too.
Well, that's a good sign.
Another nasty day.
Can't wait for all the excuses Monday. Wow, the rain or the snow, the wind. That's why Jake Elliott misses kicks. That's why Jalen can't throw the ball, even though it's been happening all year long. Where was the wind on Monday?
You mean the wind in the Dallas Dome?
Yeah, where was the wind
or the
there?
LA Dome?
The excuses.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell me,
At
Jake.
some point, the excuses have to go out the window.
And Jake.
All right, text in. When it comes to the level of respect for the Eagles, what do they deserve? What are you going to say? Hey, look, I think a lot of people are going a little too far on this. Tell us. 610-632-0975. Check the text line next. You want to call in as well? You can. Also, we're blessed with this NFL schedule this weekend. We'll go through some of the games next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
I know that she wants that.
It is 8:41 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, Connor, give your order for the Wawa run, and then we'll ask the first person to call in at 610-632-0975 that gets all three right will be the winner of our final $50 gift card, as it is Happy Wawa Days. So what do we got from you, Connor?
You know what? I'm a company man, and I'm in the giving mood. And you know what's been the big selling point of going to Wawa this time of year? Got to pick up a gift card. So I'm going to go with the $25 Wawa gift card.
All right, so you're going specific amount. So you're going to win a $50 gift card, and 25 of it will be to buy another gift card.
It could be if you're in the giving mood. It's a great Christmas present.
Cheapo.
Cheapo.
He's going to use the $50 gift card to buy another gift card for $25 to give to somebody.
I think that's a really good idea. Actually, it's sort of next level.
Share the wealth.
It's next level. It's actually a level of kindness that Connor displays. That is Connor's makeup. Connor's the kindest person on the show, and that's the kind of kindness that Connor would show.
All right, the first person to get it right, you have to call in, 610-632-0975. What did I order, John order, and you just heard Connor's. You get all three right in order, and you will win our final $50 gift card to Wawa. I will start the next contest, John versus Connor. We'll do the same thing. You
Can we
two
set the
versus
rules
text.
this time so we know what the rules are when the game starts? Can we get the rules set this time?
I really don't understand how hard it is that, cap can be considered a hat. But that's okay.
It's can be considered. It's good. So I'm anxious to hear the rules to the game.
You were I could tell you got upset that I didn't do Price is Right rules, which both of you would have lost anyway.
No, I would have lost that one. I didn't even know that she was
Brenda Lee,
13 years old.
And that song is still kicking, man. It's awesome.
That's incredible. And I can't believe that's a 13-year-old girl.
But we have one more pair of passes for the True Fan Travel tailgate this Sunday before the Eagles take on the Raiders. I'll give the first question coming up in the next segment. So just hang tight, and I'll tell you what game we're playing next. But we are blessed for what we have this weekend. Now, obviously, we are full-focused Eagles 1 o'clock against the Raiders. It's one of the worst games on the card.
Oh, it's terrible. Who are we getting as we get Greg? Is it Greg Olson?
Yeah, we got the B team, which is not bad for.
No, that's really good.
Greg
Olson and who? Joe Davis?
Yes.
I actually am sort of surprised.
We'll get yelled at the entire.
Do you guys know the backstory of that lineup?
No.
What, Tom Brady said, this is my job now?
No.
So Greg Olson got knocked down a peg?
They called the Cardinals game in 23.
Oh, God.
Oh, did they?
Are you really doing this to me?
I didn't do it. I saw it on social media. Blame Twitter.
Oh, gosh.
But they called the Cardinals game in 23.
All right. Anyways. Here are your 1 o'clock games.
Okay.
That aren't Eagles-Raiders.
Okay.
Ravens-Bengals. That still means something because the Ravens are still trying to keep up.
Ravens are still trying to keep you from wearing the twirly hat.
Yes. Chargers-Chiefs. Chiefs are still fighting for their life. Bills-Patriots, which if the Bills go into New England and win, it provides some life for their chances to win that division. Still tough, but because the Patriots won earlier this year, right? So
Patriots won earlier.
They would
Bills
be
have to
split
win.
head-to-head. They have to.
Bills must win.
And then, so that's it for the 1 o'clock games. Then 4 o'clock games, Lions-Rams, Colts-Seahawks. So we got Phillip Rivers versus Sam Darnold, if he does indeed start, which it's trending that way. Packers-Broncos at 4:25. And that's really it because the Cowboys are kind of playing for life support. If the Eagles lose, God forbid, if the Eagles lose Sunday, the Cowboys game becomes more important to watch.
So Brady and Burkhardt are doing the Lions-Rams.
Yeah.
So they're doing Lions-Rams. Okay, so the choice from the network was to send the B team. They have to do the other time slot.
Yeah, the 1 o'clock game.
So was to do Eagles-Raiders. They passed on Bears-Browns. I actually think I would have chosen Bears-Browns. The Shadur Sanders angle.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The Bears are a hot team. The Bears are.
I think a lot of it's just the Philly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's just
because you know they're brought. Think about every talk show. I'm going deep level here, like producing stuff. What will get more run? Eagles highlights with Joe Davis's voice or Bears Browns highlights with Joe Davis's voice, right? Like there's going to be more run for the Eagles.
Well,
And
bad
that's
news.
probably
You're
shit
getting
to eat.
Kenny Pickett highlights.
Yeah, well, hopefully there's no highlights.
Hopefully there's no highlights.
I'm not expecting
There better
many.
not be highlights.
All right, what do we got on the text line when it comes to this level of respect discussion that we're having? And now I believe we have a winner for the Wawa. So go ahead, Connor.
Jay from Westchester says, I would say the only thing I can hang my hat on this year is that even in the losses, the Eagles have yet to be completely blown out. There's clearly something there. It just needs to click.
That's a great one because in every one of the games, even the bad games, they're right there. They're
The
right
Giants
there.
were the only anomaly.
Yeah,
and
that was that bad night.
You can kind of wash that one.
That was the night. Orion Kirkering sort of wiped that game out of my memory.
Yeah, kind of have to. All right, let's go to Josh in Philly. Josh, you got the Wawa order?
I do.
Go ahead.
You there?
Yep.
Yeah, we're here, buddy.
Okay, all right. So Andrew got the Good to Grow Fruit Punch Juicebox Spider-Man cap.
Hey, you listen closely.
John got the Sweet Cream Cheese Soft Pretzel. He said it had to be hot.
Yes.
And Connor got a Wawa $25 gift card.
Great job, Josh. I'm going to put you on hold. You got the $50 gift card to Wawa. I almost wish I could give him more for
the level of detail.
Yeah, he got like extra credit.
That's excellent. That
good.
level of detail
That's
is
good work
great.
by Josh.
So he did it exactly as it was.
So Sean's going to take care of that.
Great job.
All right, so here's the deal. Coming up next, I will give the first question for our next game. We went Christmas carols. Now we'll do Christmas movies. All right? But it's going to be reversed. Connor, you will be team text line. John, you will be team YouTube. So, once again, first person to text in, this time team Connor, to 610-632-0975. Connor will play for you. First person in our YouTube chat to chime in with team John, you'll be playing for them. I'll give the first question coming up next. Also, quick break from Eagles talk on this Football Friday. Have we been ignoring a team in the NL East? The answer is yes. It's Kincade Salciunas 97.5, the Fanatic.
You know, if something's not feeling right, do not brush those symptoms aside. Get to the doctor, get a prognosis, and then if you get a cancer diagnosis for yourself or someone in your family, check out the consultants in medical oncology and hematology. I can't tell you how many people that in the calendar year of 2025, I have sent to see Dr. John Sprandio, Sr., Jr., the entire team, even Brian Sprandio, to the fantastic practice that they have there. CMOH offers quick consults, and I mean they get you in quickly. And more importantly, great communication and an individualized plan. And because they are an independent practice, they can work within healthcare systems all around the Delaware Valley. And they have 3 great locations. Their Mainline Cancer Center in Newtown Square is their newest one. It's awesome. Free parking, great front door drop-off access for the patient. They can walk right in, and it's really simple. I love it. The fact is, if you've got symptoms, if you've got something, and more importantly, if you get that diagnosis, don't put off getting to a doctor, getting clarity, and getting control. They're the best. They gave me my life back. The consultants in medical oncology and hematology. Visit CMOH.org and take that first step towards getting yourself peace of mind.
is 8:55 here on 97.5 Fanatic, Kincade Salciunas on this Football Friday, presented to us by our friends at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Driving to great deals at the fall sales event at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. For Team John, because you're playing for the YouTube this time around. Connor played for the YouTube when we did the Christmas Carol trivia.
Okay.
You got the Chris Jeezy. Now, I'll ask you, he spelled your name Jon, so are you going to have a problem with that?
No, I'm not John. I am not the Hebrew spelling. I am the Christian spelling.
But are you cool with him saying Team Jon?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So you got the Chris Jeezy. Who do we have on the text line who you're playing for?
Joseph Mueller will be playing.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to start it now, and we'll carry this through the remainder of the show. Christmas movie trivia questions. And the winner
we have to get the movie title correct?
No, there might be all kinds of...
Or can we say, like, Die Hard, could we say Die Difficult? Just wondering. I want to know the rules before we start the game.
Maybe we won't play.
We start the game.
You know what, man? I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Connor's
like Notre Dame.
Connor's going to say Die Difficult.
I'm not. You know what? Nobody gets the tailgate passes.
I'm
now.
locked in now.
That's two less people.
Connor's so locked in. He's gonna think he's mopping the floor.
The winner will get a pair of passes for the True Fan tailgate, Philly sports trips for this game, Sunday's game before the Eagles take on the Raiders. And I got an email because I'm on the I'm a subscriber to the Philly sports trips email.
They are awesome.
Guess what they're gonna have Sunday?
Heated tents.
Yes,
I saw it yesterday.
There will be.
Well, they think ahead.
Yes, they do.
They think ahead about everything for your enjoyment. It's awesome.
So if you're looking for a tailgate and you don't win, because we have 2 contestants left, you can buy tickets at phillysportstrips.com. Portion of the proceeds go to the Eagles Autism Foundation. All right, question number 1 before we get to a text message. So have a text ready, but I want you to lock in for this. Are you ready? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm locked.
You're locked in.
He's locked and loaded.
You do not have to give me the exact name of it, but I will give you an extra point if you can.
Okay.
In the movie Jingle All the Way, what toy
Turbo Man.
does Wow. That would have been the extra point.
Is that the Eddie Murphy movie?
No, that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, where he's getting the...
Give me 2. Utah.
Nah, you're just going to get 1. I didn't know it was that easy.
Wow.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm locked in.
Well, you are locked in.
Because I was going to award you a point if you said action figure, because it is an action figure. And then I would have given you an extra point if you knew the name of the action figure, and you knew that.
I love Jingle All the Way.
You're the only person.
What
do you mean? It's a good movie.
Seriously. Who is
You're the only person that loves that movie.
Who am I playing for on Team YouTube?
The Chris Jeezy.
Chris Jeezy, I'm so sorry.
All right, I'll give you.
If he's going to these like modern Christmas movies, there could be problems.
That's not modern. Jingle All the Way came out in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You have a child
before I was born.
It is terrible.
It's a bad movie.
It's a terrible
I'll
movie.
give you one more before we get to the text line.
Yes.
Scott Kringle became Santa Claus how? Or not Scott Kringle. What's his name from the Santa Claus?
Chris Kringle?
No, Scott.
Oh.
The Tim Allen.
Yeah. I signed a contract.
No.
Oh.
In the movie The Santa Claus. You've seen that movie.
Tim Allen.
I know the movie. I know the movie.
How does he become Santa Claus?
They needed him to fill in. He had to fill in. He had to
both of you guys.
What?
It was when he put on the suit. Remember, he found the suit on the ground. He put it on, and he became Santa Claus.
What is this, like Mike?
Man, yeah, pretty much. That's one of the better Christmas movies there is. And
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
What?
I've seen pieces, but I don't know.
It's not what? It's one of the better Christmas movies there is.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, dude, you guys stink. All right, you listen to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN HD1 Burlington,
Connor,
Philadelphia.
We're united on this.
A Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast studio, powering possibilities. Once again, after the 3rd straight loss, more whispers, more rumors, more, if Jalen was doing this and if Jalen was doing that, and we all agree it's coming from somebody within the coaching staff, they need to win a freaking football game, and I expect them to on Sunday against the Raiders. Are we all on the same page that we are expecting a victory Sunday against the Raiders at Lincoln Financial Field? Before we get to our pick segment, 3 hours and 45 minutes from now.
We are absolutely expecting a victory.
Connor?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Okay.
They're so bad.
The Raiders are bad.
That hesitation I didn't appreciate.
The Raiders are bad. I'm expecting, John is expecting, Connor's expecting a win for the Eagles over the Raiders. So, look, there's not much to get into for Sunday's game. We did the stare into your soul topic yesterday where we asked you, hey, if they do beat the Raiders, are you going to say, well, it was just the Raiders, or are you going to feel better about the Eagles? Right, we did that yesterday. So,
which I do not and will not. I had a few people on email that I talked to off the air about it. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing it's just the Raiders.
I will. I'm playing that card. I will play that card. It's not going to also make me think that the Eagles are Super Bowl bound by any means.
Yeah, but that's a different discussion.
Sure, I heard
that's a different discussion.
I heard Middays with Marks yesterday with Amy. Somebody reached out to Amy saying that it's a get right game. Like, she said, there's no get-right games against a 2-win team in December. Like, you just have to beat that team, period. And then maybe the get-right game is a Buffalo, or maybe you win 4 straight, and then we get talking. I don't think beating the Raiders after losing 3 straight, the Raiders who have 2 wins this season, is a get-right game. Like, I agree with Amy when it comes to that mindset.
Okay, I get it. But the thing is, there too many people are putting disclaimers on this game. Look, everybody agrees. Just get the win.
Yes.
And we'll deal with the fallout of what it is. But the idea of, well, you can put a disclaimer on this victory about what it is. They beat New England at New England. They lost by 3 at Denver. They lost by a touchdown to Denver last week. This isn't a trash football team. Those are the 2 best teams in the AFC. And they I know, but I mean, you can snicker all you want.
That is bad.
A trash football team does not play the 2 best teams, 2 of the best 4 teams in football. They beat one of them on their home field. They lost to another one by a field goal.
You could say some similar stuff about the Cleveland Browns if you look at their schedule this year. And that team's trash.
Yeah.
They beat one of the best teams in football on their home field?
Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, is that going to be? Is that, I mean, what, I mean, that's, I don't buy it.
To me, it's more the NFL and the parity that is in this league.
I mean, that's 3 games on their schedule that they played 3 of the best teams in football, winning 1 on the road.
They have the 2nd worst point differential in the league.
They do. But when they play,
Titans are at -156. The Raiders are at -130.
When they play good opponents, we're
in luck because the Eagles aren't good. Bingo. We are in luck. Beat down.
You guys got a lot of disclaimers on this.
All right. So I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
And I would love the audience to chime in on this because it's been a rough week, right? Eagles lose Monday night. Again, when we made our predictions for the game Monday, I said the same thing I said against the Cowboys game. They're going to win because they have to. And they didn't. So 0-2 in the have-to-win game category, which is great. And then we know the fallout since then.
Sure.
We ripped Jalen Hurts to shreds on Tuesday. It kind of continued on Wednesday. Now there's more reports that it's clearly coming from the coaching staff that they're upset with him, whether it's the not listening, which is what Jeff McClain reported, or as Jeremy Fowler pointed out to us yesterday, and we'll play it again later on in the show, that there might be some people in-house that sometimes go, how could it look if we had this guy instead or that guy instead? And that they're not that surprised by the poor play from Jalen Hurts this year.
But that also, to me, though, the more, and I went back and listened to the Jeremy Fowler from yesterday. We'll let you hear some of it a little bit later on. But I went back and listened to it, and to me, I heard a lot of, in my mind, and look, I'm not excusing Jalen Hurts. I told you that on Tuesday morning I thought that was the worst game I've ever seen an Eagles quarterback play, considering all that he's got, all the talent he's got, the situation, the opponent.
Sure.
That's the worst I've ever seen. But it sounds a lot like you got a lot of coaches that are covering their ass.
Yeah, it seems
and
like
to
it.
me, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
And then watch, there'll be another story that Hurts and Sirianni are not seeing eye to eye again in a couple of weeks.
And I got to tell you is that one thing I have had a lot of is a lot of respect for Nick Sirianni as a leader. The fact that this crap's going on, to me, I don't have a lot of respect
when the
for
tough
it going
times
on.
get going, some people say it's on me. Some people do
Start pointing the finger, and this is coming from. And you know what? We know it's coming from his coaching staff. You can just listen to it.
Right.
So he could put an end to it if he wanted.
He tries. He does.
Well, how do we know that?
Publicly, he does.
Yeah, behind closed doors.
That's
Who
another
knows?
question.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a question for the Eagles and respect. All right, we've done the pedigree thing a couple of times.
Sure.
We thought that they would beat the Chargers because they're the exact same team, but the Eagles have the Super Bowl pedigree. The Chargers did not, right? Pedigree has meant squat for the Eagles the last couple of weeks.
At this point, pedigree's a dog food.
But ultimately, you still have to give respect or at least think of the Eagles in a respectful way. Like I heard Dan Orlovsky yesterday on ESPN talking about the calls for some people saying that Jalen Hurts should be benched for Tanner McKee. And he's saying, what are we doing here? This guy is still ranked, fifth in total touchdowns between his rushing touchdowns and his passing touchdowns. You're talking about benching this guy for a guy that you don't know. And look, there's radio hosts in this city that are doing it and trying to be the loudest people when it comes to benching Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts has been perfect. I've been talking about Jalen Hurts being a disappointment this year. But I'm still not benching the Super Bowl MVP. And to me, that's a level of respect that I think Jalen Hurts deserves.
Correct.
That we don't have the we should bench him conversation.
Now, we both, though.
In-game Monday night.
Night, we both said if he had went out and thrown an interception on the first series of the second half, I would have had no problem with having him sit a series.
Right, we've seen that before. Andy Reid's done that with Donovan McNabb.
I would have had no problem with that. And honestly, if Donovan McNabb here could have been sat for a series, then absolutely.
And by the way, Andy Reid, one of the best coaches of all time, was the one that did it.
No question.
Then anybody could do it. But I do believe there's a level of respect that Jalen Hurts deserves to not be screaming for Tanner McKee.
And I think there's a level of respect right now that he's not getting.
Yeah, I agree.
That he's not getting. And some of it, the loud voices are getting fed because of his performance.
I believe if anybody is saying that the Eagles will lose Sunday to the Raiders because it's just like watch, they're going to lose this one too. Like, to me, that's another level of disrespect shown toward the Eagles. The Eagles have played very poorly the last 3 weeks. Their offense has been bad for 10 of 13 games. But I don't think, or 12 of 13 games, I should say. I don't see a world in which they're losing to the Raiders. Like,
okay.
I don't see it.
Even with, I'm going to tell you, even with that injury report.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. I mean, because what we've seen is stuff that we never thought we'd see this year.
I get it.
And this team is playing like a rudderless ship right now. I'm just saying there's nothing right now. And the sad part is there's nothing about this Eagles team right now that would shock me.
I agree with you entirely.
There's nothing that would shock me. If I get in my car out of Lot D on Sunday and I start that car and the Eagles have somehow lost this game, it's not going to shock me.
I would be shocked.
With this bunch. No, nothing's going to shock me because the Bears game shocked me. The Bears game broke me. Bears game broke me.
The Chargers game broke you.
No, the Chargers game's terrible.
Yeah.
No, but the Bears game broke me because I'm like, what the hell happened that day? There's something about this crew that's just a little off.
So I'll say this. There is something in terms of the respect that I will not give them.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it is coming up next. Also, how bad are the Raiders? Some do not have the same level of respect for them as you do, Johnny.
Correct.
Hear from
They're
Tim
not paying
McManus
attention.
coming up next. It is Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, another trivia question for you. Christmas movie trivia question. Connor's up 1-0. By the way, you guys both got crushed for not knowing the Santa Claus. Both of you, like destroyed.
Wah.
Seriously.
All right. In the movie Elf, where does Buddy go to find his biological father?
New York City?
Yeah, specifically, what building in New York City?
The Empire State Building?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, good pull.
1-1.
Didn't have that in the bag. That's
1-1. Team, John's playing for Team YouTube. Connor's playing for Team Text Line. And joining us now on the Comcast Business Hotline every day in business, big day. Let Comcast Business help you move forward with what's next. Haven't talked to him in a bit because we had the Thanksgiving break and the holidays and everything. And since then, the Eagles still haven't won a football game. From ESPN, our man Kevin Agandi joins us. Kevin, good morning.
So you're telling me that we're going to blame the drought of me not being on the phone with you guys is the reason why the Eagles have lost. So that's a good thing.
It kind of. Hey, the Eagles are blaming. The Eagles are pointing fingers and blaming everybody. So why not?
Yeah. Do you have a positivity bunny at your house? I need to know.
No, I do not. And if I did, that thing would have been popped the other night.
I'm surprised that thing didn't save the season, Kevin. So let's. It's been a while since we talked to you.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the Eagles' offense?
I don't think it's the finger pointing that's been going on consistently. At one point it was the OC. At one point it was the head coach. Now, most recently, at least locally on the radio airways, it's been the quarterback. I don't think it's one specific thing. I think it's a collective group. I've said it from the beginning of the season that this offensive line hasn't been right all year. Steen is not a road grader like we had with Becton. The injuries, Juergens ain't the same. They can't run between the guards off center. And when you can't do that consistently, and then you have Lane out, and the numbers, they tell a complete story on what Lane's impact is on this line. You have constant penalties where it's suddenly 2nd and 15 or 3rd and long. They're just not good enough to get out of that situation and figure it out. So I put the blame on the offensive line, the inconsistencies, how sloppy they've been, and then the quarterback. Jalen doesn't trust. He doesn't trust the OC. He doesn't trust the head coach. The head coach and the OC don't trust the quarterback, and you have all these layers coming together, and you have a flashpoint, right? And now, understand this, guys. I think the biggest criticism with Jalen Hurts was the offense doesn't look great, but he's protecting the football. And then last weekend, or I should say Monday earlier this week, he takes some risks. He throws. He opens up the offense. Suddenly you see the fumbles. Suddenly you see the interceptions. They start to stack up. The one thing that I think that Jalen has to figure out for this offense to be successful, because they cannot consistently run the football, is Jalen has to run. He has to run with, I think, purpose. Not just a rollout. He has to run with purpose. The best drive I thought all season was that opening drive against the Packers. They were fantastic. They were methodical. They had a plan. Jalen ran, and then he fumbled. And then after that, it was conservative football. So they've got to figure out, how do you make sure you keep the defense sitting back? And the one way you could do it is Jalen's got to run more in this offense, because that offensive line ain't going to be fixed over the next 4 weeks.
Kev, I got to tell you that I'm going to look back at this. If this season does continue to just not perform, I'm going to go back to when they were 4-0 and the entire A.J. Brown drama started. Because I'm looking at it as they changed everything. And I look at that Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert were both on track for record-setting seasons. But it wasn't good enough for A.J. Wasn't good enough. Like, the winning wasn't good enough. Teammates eating wasn't good enough for him. And I really believe that they would have found a way to get that fixed without the public drama and the distraction.
You can provide stats, too, especially during this 3-game losing streak, on where Devontae is in the offense compared to where A.J. is. I think the frustration for A.J. was, I'm open across the middle. Where's the ball? And I think the frustration for A.J. was, how come you can't anticipate and throw to a window here? And Jalen's motto has been protect the football. And Jalen doesn't want to take risks. And we saw what happened when he took a risk, right? We've seen some mistakes and some balls being picked off. Now, those 3 balls that A.J. had an opportunity would have been explosive plays. And, the opening drive, and you don't catch that ball down the sidelines. You don't catch the ball in the end zone. You don't catch the ball across the middle. A.J. felt like he took responsibility. To your point, I'm glad I saw Goddard involved in the offense this week. Don't understand how he's not involved against the Bears, especially when they're out with 4 of their top 5 linebackers. Still don't understand it. This team, I have seen this team win games when Devontae Smith is involved in the offense on slants and Devontae making big catches, and he's got to get back in the offense. You can't just look for one guy and one guy only. So if that, to your point of AJ's frustration where other guys are getting balance and they're getting the ball and now you're feeding him in losses, it doesn't result in the wins. And Devontae's got to get the ball. He's got to get touches because when Devontae's in the offense, this team wins games.
Kevin, last thing for you. How imperative is it for the Eagles to score a touchdown? I'm not saying get 3. Score a touchdown on their opening drive Sunday against the Raiders. You know this city. You know what's been discussed all week long, whether you think it's over the top or not. There's been a lot of talk about Jalen Hurts, the head coach, the coordinator. If they come out the gate slow against a 2-win Raiders team, what's it going to be like inside Lincoln Financial Field?
It won't be pretty, but here's the thing I'll add to this though, Chunas. With this offense, I just want to see 4 quarters. So I understand what you're saying on the opening drives, got to set up everything. Let's just play 4 quarters of offense. Because if they score in the opening drive, I've seen the one thing that drives me crazy about Kevin Patullo's play calling is where's the consistency? Because we saw a couple of big plays, and then he doesn't go back to it. I stress one thing I want to see in this offense, and Orlovsky's talked about this and pounded on his soapbox for weeks, and the numbers don't lie. Under center, and I don't think Jalen Hurts is comfortable with that. Well, listen, the offense is much more successful because the defense has to figure out where the ball is. Play action under center is a difference maker in this offense, and they have to run that consistently, not on 1 drive, not on 2 drives. How about we see it throughout the game? I don't want to see a touchdown like we saw Saquon break off that 52-yard run, and then the next 2 drives, they look awful. So to me, the elixir is not the opening drive. It's can you be consistent every single time you have the ball? Can the play caller get the call in? Can they snap the ball without it being 3 seconds left on the play clock? Can they actually look like a functioning offense that's not trying to figure it out on the fly? Can they be functionable in the 4th quarter where they need a drive and everybody's coming together? That's the maddening thing. There's no rhythm in this offense, and I put that on a first-year play caller in Kevin Patullo.
Kevin, you're the man. It's spot on. Thanks for summing up our,
that was well summed up.
20 hours of radio we've done this week, man.
You may do Sports Center one day.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, man, we appreciate the time as always, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you, buddy.
Guys, be good. Take care. Go
There
Birds.
he is, Kevin Negandhi, ESPN.
He needs a new partner.
On the Comcast Pizzala. That's right.
He
Yeah.
needs a new partner.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys a Christmas trivia question before we go to break. All right? Now, I'm not going to say the movie yet because I want to see if you guys can get it first, and if I need to add the movie, I will. Who portrayed the lead singer of the Kenosha Kickers? He was nicknamed the Polka King of the Midwest.
Oh, Darren McGavin.
No. The movie?
No, I just took a guess.
You want me to add the movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
The movie is
I already
Home
guessed.
Alone.
I already guessed. So.
I don't even.
Dude. John Candy.
Yeah.
He was Gus Polinski. Polka King of the Midwest, Polka King of Chicago, Polka. From Home Alone.
I only know Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Exactly.
He's the guy they drove the mom home.
And Al Bundy. You're too young for Al Bundy. That's
Coming up next. It's a 1-1 tie. A lot of people say, it's an easy one. You guys got to struggle.
Yeah, it's easy if you know it.
Christmas
It's difficult if you don't.
Christmas songs, you guys were on fire. Christmas
But
movies.
yeah.
It's been rough.
It's rough.
All right, coming up next, a couple of non-Eagle stuff. One, are we ignoring a team in the NL East? Forgot to get to it earlier. That's my bad. Also, there was a story written by somebody that covers the Sixers that I can't even get behind, and that might shock you. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
I'm going to tell you right now, the holidays are here, and we've been telling you about it all week. It's been happy Wawa days because Wawa has got you covered with gift cards for everybody on your shopping list. Look, if you're looking to get gift cards for Sephora, Visa, Amazon, Roblox, or more, well, you can get them for all the top brands at Wawa. Right there, right near the checkout counters, you can grab them. So it's a one-stop shop. How many times have you been to Wawa already this week? Come on, you're at least 3. Come on. It's the gift that doesn't need wrapping, and it's perfect for a teacher, a delivery driver, coworker, or the family gift swap. Stop into your favorite Wawa, maybe on the way home today or on the way to work. Browse all the gift cards that are available right there on the rack by the register. Or if you're even not going to see somebody at the holidays, you can choose a Wawa digital gift card to send the gift near or far. Choose a beautiful design, enter the amount, write a message, hit send. Your gift will be on the way. It's going to make somebody be even brighter. You know there's more Wawas in Florida right now than here? Yeah? You got grandma and grandpa down there or uncles and everything? Send them a gift at Wawa. Holiday shopping's made easy with Wawa because Wawa makes everything easier. Your one-stop gift card shop. What else do you expect? See the store for details. You gotta have a Wawa.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Time for a bounce back. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles are continuing their preparation for a matchup with the Raiders Sunday, 1 p.m., Lincoln Financial Field, and they could certainly use a bounce back in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. Multiple insiders this week have talked about the positives from the offense on Monday night despite the turnover issues. Kevin Patullo talked about that as well yesterday.
I think there were some positives that came out of that game. We were able to do some different things that we've been pushing towards doing and was very encouraging. I think the guys felt pretty good about the things we did well on. They know what we need to fix and continue to grow from, and the plan can keep growing from there, especially this week going forward.
So is this week a bounce back week? We will see on Sunday. We'll also see if Lane Johnson or Jalen Carter return, but with neither of them practicing yesterday, they're long shots to play against Vegas. The Flyers fell to the Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime last night. Travis Konechny had a rough turnover that led to the game-winning goal for Vegas. They did still get that all-important point, and they'll host the Hurricanes tomorrow. Sixers are back on the floor tonight playing the Pacers. They're at home, 7 p.m. tip-off. You can hear the game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it'll change your own. Unbound.org. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the Best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic Football Friday, presented to us by Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, driving great deals at the fall sales event, Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. We got to update this copy because it ain't fall no more. Get wicked good deals all month long. I know.
It is fall. It's fall for another 10
know,
days.
but it's
9 days.
Freezing outside. Anyways.
It is, man. It is freezing.
Good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. Now, it's a Football Friday, but we're going to take a quick respite from football.
Respite.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on. So first off, we're completely ignoring the Braves, aren't we?
Yes.
The Braves were an afterthought last year because everybody got hurt. Everybody. Acuna got hurt twice. Strider was hurt twice, right? He didn't start the season and got hurt later on. They have a couple other arms too that got hurt. How many others?
They lost three
starting
starters,
pitchers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Smith-Shawver went down.
Right.
Elder went down.
And the other there's a
they're not good. It was not the injury situation for them last year helped us immensely.
Who was one of their better pitchers 2 years ago? And he was hurt last year.
Oh, dude, his name's just not coming to me.
It's horrible that it's not. Reynaldo Lopez.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was tremendous 2 years ago, but he was hurt last year,
Is
too.
he under contract for this year, too, I think?
Good,
yeah, he probably is.
Good question.
But whatever. Go on.
You know, two years ago, he had an ERA of 1.99.
He was unbelievable.
In 26 starts.
We are absolutely not paying
we're almost ignoring them, and they made a pretty big move yesterday, adding to their bullpen. They got Suarez, who I know everybody points out to Bedlam at the bank. That's the pitcher that Harper hit the home run off of.
Yeah, look, that's a great move. Bring him on. I'm like, that's stupid.
Not Ranger, Robert.
Yeah, exactly. Robert Suarez, because I saw that yesterday too. That people were like, "Oh my God, I thought it was somebody else."
When I saw it,
you thought Ranger.
I almost passed out because I absolutely know they are monitoring that situation. They are monitoring Ranger. So I almost passed out when I saw Suarez and the Braves because I don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
I do not want that to happen.
They have a good bullpen. Yep. They have when healthy, good rotation.
Yep.
And they do still have bats.
They do.
And it's December 12th, so they'll probably still add because you know that is a team. I'm sure you have a hunch that team's going to try to be a little aggressive.
Yeah, they are.
Because they can because of the cheap contracts they have Acuna and Albies on. It allows them.
And they're pissed.
Yeah.
They're pissed.
So I think we've been ignoring the Braves recently, and much as Phillies, Mets, Phillies, Mets, Phillies, Mets. I wouldn't ignore those Bravos.
Nah, I'm not feeling great about it. I can tell you right now.
No. The other thing, non-Eagles related. I like Paul Hudrick. Does a great job. He used to cover the Sixers for NBC Sports Philadelphia. He's now with Liberty Ballers.
Sure.
And he wrote an article, and it's one of those articles where you got to read it and not just react to the headline, but the headline gets your attention.
Right.
Maybe Joel Embiid deserves an ounce of grace. Now, what he was trying to paint the picture is this week in Philadelphia, a lot of people are all of a sudden done with Jalen Hurts. Like the guy, Super Bowl MVP, just 10 months ago, and now there's people out there that are thinking about Tanner McKee, which to me
is just nonsense.
Crazy. But as much as I love Joe, you know that, John, I can't even get behind it.
I mean, look, and it was, and two, is I'm commenting on the content, and he took offense to something. I commented on the piece. I'm like, no, people are burnt out. I don't understand it, and I hear the guys on Middays with Marks talk about it. I don't believe that. I think that the Joelites can't understand, can't read the room.
Well, I'm a Joelite.
No, but I don't think that there's enough that read the room. There are the vast majority of the fan base are like, what are you not seeing, folks?
Look,
what are you not getting?
I can do a 4-hour show on the unfortunate injuries, right? The 2 orbital bone fractures.
And that's, but we've done those shows a million times.
But like this year, I just want to see him on the court, right? Like that's all I want. And last year, the could not play, but was healthy enough to play in the Olympics. Like the last 16 months, even I can't defend the guy.
Right. I mean, but the all his unfortunate stuff is
well documented.
Well documented. And the people who talk about all the unfortunate stuff rarely put a ton of stuff into the talking about the stuff that he did have a chance to control.
Right.
That absolutely played a part in the Joel Embiid story.
Yeah.
And so it's just,
Here's the final blurb from Paul's piece in Liberty Ballers. The world has become so reactionary. And we're Philly. We love hard. We fight like hell and expect greatness. Perhaps the Super Bowl MVP and one of the greatest basketball players the city has ever seen have earned enough equity to garner goodwill. Now, here's the big difference. Super Bowl MVP versus one of the greatest basketball players we've ever seen. Embiid's never won anything.
Exactly.
Like Jalen Hurts.
We have never played in any kind of meaningful games with Joel Embiid.
Right. And so
come on.
Today, our main topic this morning, and Connor, have a text ready if you can, 610-632-0975, was about what levels of respect the Eagles should get. And I think it's been disrespectful by many to say that they should bench Jalen Hurts for this upcoming game.
We all are in agreement on that, right?
Not in game last week. If you had a moment, because I had a moment that if he threw another pick to start the second half, I would have sat him down, because sometimes a coach has to decide, are we going to win because of this guy or lose because of this guy? We've seen it in sports all the time. It's nothing new. It's nothing new in football where a quarterback is so bad that you, in a game, doesn't not mean that they're bad for their career. In a game, you might bench them. But for the people that are still thinking about this Raiders game, hey, maybe you should give Tanner McKee the start.
No.
Like, if you do that, it's over. Like, you can't do that.
It's done.
That guy won the Super Bowl MVP 10 months ago. You want to say that it should have been Josh Sweat? All right, then he's the runner-up Super Bowl MVP. He's the quarterback that won you a Super Bowl. Joel Embiid doesn't get that kind of respect. He doesn't.
No,
and that's coming from me.
But he hasn't earned it either. He hasn't earned that kind of respect. Come on. Yeah. And more importantly, you know what we haven't seen from Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts didn't sabotage himself in his career with his own lack of attention to detail.
Unless he's choosing not to run.
Yeah, that could be it.
No, he could be. It's because the fact is he's saying, look, I've missed games in every single year. I guarantee it doesn't come from that.
And
it
Joe
comes
hasn't?
from, I've missed games going, hey, I want to make sure that I am totally healthy. But I'm showing up to play every night. I'm showing up to play every night. I'm not deciding when I want to play and getting my team fined, which he just did.
Hey, Joel plays 17 games a year.
Yeah, you're right. They play about the same amount.
I just love the unfortunate stuff.
What do we got in the text line about that topic?
So Tom from Palmyra checks in about the respect factor, and he says the biggest respect thing with the Eagles for me is there aren't any great NFL teams this year. There are a lot of good teams, no great teams, and the Eagles are still in that conversation.
But there are better teams, or at least teams that are playing better.
No, there are teams that are playing better.
Right,
There's not necessarily better teams.
I don't think the Eagles and the Rams should be in the same conversation. I'm at that point. Like, they should not be in the same conversation at all.
Yeah, I agree. Unless the conversation is, does this team play in the NFC?
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I don't, dude. If they played each other today, I'd say season like.
Well, I'm not
over.
sure if they played today. If I would disagree with you that the Eagles should not be favored to win, but the Eagles beat that team like a drum. They win every time they play them.
Well,
they win every time they.
We've also talked about how they needed a block kick to win.
No, that says and okay, then we'll go to every other time they play them.
Yeah, I got you.
They beat them like a drum.
But right now, I don't see it at all. All right. What was the name of the Grinch's dog?
Max.
Wow.
Very good.
That was quick.
Love
all right,
Max.
so Connor's up 2-1. Your team text line in this one. Let's go to Mike in Ben Salem. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hi,
How you
Mike.
doing?
So, okay, here's the thing. I think the Eagles can lose to anybody right now. And it's not being disrespectful. It's just being reality because people forget about 2023. Everyone said, remember the Cardinals game?
Yes.
The Cardinals stink.
Yep.
That's over. Oh, they're going to win that. That's our get-right game. And they lost.
By the way, same
So-
point spread in that one, too, 11.5.
Absolutely true. And, you look at the way this team has played, I hope they win. I'm pulling for them. But they haven't looked like they've had it all year. And really, early in the year, they won game after game by, a block kick or a drop pass or one or two plays made the difference. Now this year, now later in the season, that's catching up to haunt them. So, I don't think that it's a gimme that the Eagles, they should win Sunday, but I don't take them really to win against anybody easy.
Yeah, I can't take any gimmies, and I'm very optimistic on the Eagles getting this. I'm optimistic that they're going to get things straightened out. I really do. Not necessarily to win a Super Bowl, but get things straightened out. But there's no gimmies to me. Like I can't confidently say it's a gimme.
Absolutely, guys.
All right, Mike. Thanks for the call. They're going to win. They're going to win. It's
Well,
not, it's not a chest day Friday.
I think they're going to win too, but can't get that confident.
All right, one more question, because coming up next we got to do our picks, and then we also have to give our predictions on the Eagles game, unless the Eagles pick is in our picks. I don't know. Who are the half brothers of Mother Nature? The two sons, they're half brothers of Mother Nature in the movie A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Eat miser, snow miser.
Wow, man. Quick.
I even let you finish that
Good job,
one.
Connor.
Quick, you're up 3-1.
Good job, Connor.
3-1 leads have been blown before.
You don't know basketball.
That's a great point. All right, coming up next, pick segment, predictions on the Eagles game, and can John Kincade make a comeback?
I don't know if I can.
Connor's up 3-1. It is Kincade and Salciunas on this Football Friday, 97.5 The Fanatic. It is 9:44 here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Connor up 3-1 in the Christmas movie trivia for
He's all
Team
over it.
Text Line. You're going Team YouTube there, Johnny. We'll give a couple more before we get out of here.
I apologized in advance.
You did.
I apologized in advance. When I heard movies, I'm like, okay, I apologize in advance.
In fairness, you did. But let's give some picks. So, football music, please.
I don't want to apologize to pick segment.
Well,
right.
Tell us who it's brought to us by, John.
Bet Parks. They never have to apologize either. The Parks Casino is awesome. Bet Parks app is awesome, too. You can bet all your games and everything with that. It's awesome. And right now, first place. John Kincade is 35-21 on the season, 63% against the spread. And we have a tie for second.
That's right.
As Andrew Salciunas has managed to tie Connor Thomas. They're both 27-29 on the season, 48% against the spread. But Andrew with his first 4-0 week of the year. And Andrew, with the 4-0 week, you get your honor, your honor.
How about that? It's my first time being honored.
First time. This is your first. No, since the first week. This is
right,
your first time. Because you were the champion last year.
Defending champs.
You were 60 last year. You were 61% last year for the whole season. This year, you're 48%. What's on? Come on, pick it up. Pick it up, Charlie.
I'm being a late bloomer here.
Let's pick it up, Charlie.
All right. I will start with. Screw it. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Eagles to cover the 11.5-point spread.
Bro, you just said don't bet money on them ever.
No, I know, but I'm not actually betting the money here, I guess. I'm just doing a pick segment.
Just betting other people's.
Eagles 11.5-point favorites. I'm going to lay it because I don't see the Raiders putting up much points at all.
Okay.
I don't need the Eagles to score much points at all.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Eagles to cover the 11.5 points.
All right.
I like the Cincinnati Bengals. The hat might have to be dusted off. Bengals hosting the Ravens. Regardless of how Joe Burrow sounds, the arm still looks good.
Okay.
The Ravens are like the Eagles right now. I can't see them keep up with an offense right now. So I will take the Bengals plus 2.5 hosting the Baltimore Ravens. I may like the Bengals outright, but I don't need to do that.
They don't have to do it.
How about the G-Men? Hosting the Washington Commanders. I like the Giants minus 2.5. If I'm the Commanders, you're watching players drop left and right. I would not be surprised if maybe a guy makes a business decision or two.
Could be.
As they see the end of the season approaching. Jackson Dart, he's going to play like a madman regardless. So I like the Giants.
He's going to wear a women's turtleneck to the post-game press conference.
He could do that. I like the Giants to cover the 2.5 in New York. And lastly, the Lions kept their season alive last week. They don't this week. I like the Rams to cover the 5.5 against Detroit. I don't see a banged-up secondary being able to slow down that Rams passing attack.
So you are, if you have a 3-and, do you realize if you have a 3-1 week, you could get back to 500?
That would be nice.
How about that?
Eagles 11.5, Bengals 2.5, Giants 2.5, Bengals the plus 2.5, Giants minus 2.5, and Rams minus 5.5.
All right, we share one game.
What do we got?
You know one game that we share?
The Giants.
Giants minus 2.5.
I saw you nodding your head when I was giving the pick. So
yeah, I love that pick. Giants minus 2.5 versus the Commodes. I love that pick. And I do think the Commanders are almost in pack-it-in mode, which is about where it should be. And it'll be a Marcus Mariota game, and he's a quitter. So that line makes no sense to me, especially with all the points the Bengals are scoring and everything. There's a reason the Bengals suck as a franchise, and I think they'll prove it this weekend. The Ravens will win that game.
For the hat purpose, I'm rooting for your pick.
There you go. I will take the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets, and I'm going to take 13.5 points. The Jets are getting 13.5 points at the Jaguars. The Jaguars are just one of those teams that I don't believe deserves to be.
You mean the first place Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yeah, and I just don't believe the Jags are a team that deserves to be 13.5-point favorites over anybody. And they had a huge win last week.
Yes, they did.
Which is another reason. I'll take the 13.5.
Good read on that.
With the Jets. I'll take the points and just think that the Jags win the game, but they don't win by that. And I will take, I throw up in my mouth, I'll take the Dallas Cowboys. I will lay the 5.5 points versus the Vikings, and the Thomas family will be very unhappy with that one. I think the Cowboys win that game comfortably, probably by like 14. I'll go like a 34-20 on Sunday Night Football.
All right, Connor?
I got two weird lines, one opportunity play, and one vibes pick.
Oh, okay.
Chiefs minus 5.5 hosting the Chargers. It's weird that the Chiefs are given that many. I know Arrowhead's a tough place to play.
That is a weird line.
I'm taking the Chiefs to cover that one because I think Vegas is telling us something. I think they're telling us something in New England as well. Buffalo giving the 1.5. I like that. Even though the New England Patriots have been this infallible team, another tough opponent, I don't think Buffalo loses 2 to them.
I almost picked that game.
And then the opportunity to play Panthers minus 2.5 at the Saints. Kind of a weird line in favor of the Saints, but because the Bucs lost, I'm still taking the Panthers to take a step in that division. And the vibes play. Phillip Rivers over 150.5 passing yards in the Colts Seahawks game. There is no reason you should believe it's going to happen, but I want to watch that story unfold.
Well, if they're
What
down
if he doesn't play?
If the prop's already up there, he's playing.
Okay, so it's over what?
Over 150.5.
I'm telling you right now, I think he will go any game he plays in, I think he will be out quickly. I just have a feeling he's going to get injured. Like he's going to pull a hamstring. He's going to just don't have a
He's got
good feeling
grandpa
for it.
strength.
Don't have a
He's
good
good.
feeling for it. What? It's a crazy thing.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance to tie. I'm going to give 2 questions.
Okay, there we go.
2 questions that I've left, but Connor can ice
Connor
it.
can put it away.
In Home Alone 1, where were the McAllisters traveling? 2.
Florida.
I'm assuming that's incorrect
That's
then.
incorrect.
New York City.
That's Home Alone 2.
Oh, there you go.
Home Alone 1, they were traveling to Paris.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
I got
All
Irish
right,
France.
so I didn't.
In
so
Home
didn't- I
Alone
lost.
2, he was lost in New York.
Oh,
was
let's do the
lost in
last
New
one
York.
just for fun.
All right. So, Connor, you won both.
You won both, Connor.
Good job, Connor.
Thank you.
So you won for team text line. Who was the texter?
Text line, I got to get the name here, but we have their information, so the phone number, so we will be reaching out to them.
All right. Well, good job, Connor. You won both games today.
Good job, Connor.
All right. Tell us about Life Saving Cancer Research. Then
Yeah,
we got to
I'm gonna-
give our predictions on the game.
Well, Davis CPA Group is taking care of that today. The AACR does great work, the American Association for Cancer Research. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives.
Man, YouTube killed it on all these questions. They were spot on.
So they were really on it
Everyone
with
knew
it.
Paris. Yeah, good job, guys.
They're probably Googling it.
All right. Eagles win, and they cover as my prediction in the pick segment. But it's because of the defense mainly. I think the Eagles win 23-10. Low-scoring game. We're not feeling all that much better about the offense, but the defense is that good.
I say 27-10.
Okay. Right around the same page.
I'll go 24-8.
All right. Just keep on the
8.
10. Yeah. So we
They're
all
gonna go
had
for
them
2 at
under
some
the
point.
Raiders team total, which is 16.5. Or no. It's 12.5. So, yes.
And 38.5 is the game total.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy
Be
yourselves.
careful in the snow.
Yeah, stay warm, stay safe, and we'll talk to you Monday after.